It's the season finale of Carthage football this afternoon from beautiful Art Keller Field in Kenosha. The Carthage Redmen getting set to take on the North Park Vikings. Good afternoon, everyone. John Weiser with you. Glad you're along this afternoon on this Veterans Day. And for all of our servicemen and servicewomen out there, for those who have served this country, we thank you for your service and we thank you for tuning in here this afternoon. A lot at stake here for these two teams this afternoon. The Carthage Redmen looking to get to 7-3 on the year to post their back-to-back 7-win seasons, the most since the Art Keller years back in the early 70s, 72 and 73 to be exact for the Redmen. And for the North Park Vikings, they're looking to close this season out with 3 consecutive conference wins, something that they have not been able to accomplish since back in the 1979 season, and end the season with 3 consecutive conference wins. The last time they did that was back in 1968. So a lot at stake here for these two teams. Carthage coming in at 6-3, 4-3 in the conference, and they're coming off a hard loss to North Central last week. Nationally ranked North Central, 43-20 the final in that one. Bobby Suchecki went most of the distance. Kyle Fry lost to a concussion in that ball game early and will not play in today's game. Suchecki, 13 of 31, 276 yards and a pair of touchdowns in the loss to North Central last week. Jamel Davis, 57 yards rushing. And really the positive out of that was the ability of Javon Stricker to get 146 receiving yards, as the Redmen post back-to-back 100-yard receivers in last week's ball game. On the defensive side, Chantrell Garner continues his strength, 10 tackles in that game, and he is certainly pushing for first-team all-conference at that linebacker spot. Really, the Redmen in the offensive statistics right in the top half of the conference. They're averaging just a little over 31 points a game and 364 yards of total offense. And at 44%, they are averaging on third down, so still in that high range as far as third down conversions. And defensively, their numbers took a bit of a hit last week as their point total giving up has gone to 18 points per game allowed, and their passing defense now third in the conference after being ranked first much of the year at 167 yards of passing per game, and they are second now in total defense, giving up just 270 yards per contest. Meanwhile, their opponent this afternoon, the North Park Vikings, as they come in, as I said, 3-6 on the year and looking to get their third conference win of the season. And you look at their numbers comparatively to the Redmen, and they are sitting in that statistical area a little bit lower than the Redmen. They're coming off a 37-6 victory over Carroll last week at home as Grant Borsch, their freshman quarterback, 8 of 16 for 199 yards and a pair of touchdowns, and Norman Kupachati getting 4 receptions for 165 yards and 2 touchdowns, and David Simmons on defense. Simmons, the corner, had 7 tackles, 5 solo, a pair of interceptions, including a 76-yard pick 6, and he was named Defensive Player of the Week this week in the CCIW. Again, the offensive stats not where they like to be if you're a North Park Viking fan tuning in today, as they are in the 8th and 9th category, or 9th place, I should say, in all of the offensive statistical categories. But this is a very good defense, giving up just 23 points per game and allowing only 211 on the passing and only 132 on the ground. And so this is a very good defense. Defensively, they are led by Sean Mayava. Mayava, the senior, 6'2", 235, 102 tackles on the season for Mayava. He leads the conference in that category and, quite frankly, should be named Defensive Player of the Year in the CCIW. Offensively, Kupachati, really the player to keep an eye on, the senior wideout playing in his final ball game, had 4 receptions for 121 yards last week, and he is their leading receiver, 24 receptions and 374 yards on the year. And so it'll be interesting how the Redmen defend this here today. You also have to worry about Travis Dorzinski. Dorzinski has been in only 7 ball games and has 12 receptions, 93 yards, had 6 receptions back in the game against Anderson at the beginning of the year. Meanwhile, for the Redmen, they are fighting the injury bug. They lost not only Kyle Freiberg, their quarterback, last week to a concussion, but Cam Cotter, their right tackle, out with a knee injury, will not play today. So some more shuffling on that offensive line for the Redmen. Travis Warner will make his first start as a Redman today at right tackle, alongside freshman Ben Bingham making his second straight start at right guard. Bingham, the freshman out of Indian Trail High School here in Kenosha. And defensively for the Redmen, their healthiest side of the ball, they will be without Jacob Seimer again today. The sophomore out of Indian Trail, out with a leg injury, will not play today. So again, the injury bug, and again, you get to the 11th week, you play 10 games in 11 weeks, the injury bug's going to rear itself here, but you got to get through the bumps and grinds here of late season. And for the Redmen, as I said, very important ball game here today. Want to finish on a positive note for these seniors, get to 7-3, post back-to-back 7-3 seasons, and carry that over into recruiting for next year. So that is how we got it set up here. How does Coach Mike Yeager have it set up? Well, we're going to visit with Coach Yeager in the tunnel here in just a moment. We'll get his thoughts on this afternoon's ball game and this senior class that will be playing their final game here at Art Keller Field this afternoon. As our pregame continues from Keller Field, Carthage and North Park this afternoon on Kenosha's radio station, AM 1050 WLIP. We'll pause for this 60 break. Welcome back to Art Keller Field, everyone, as we get set for Carthage football this afternoon. It'll be the Redmen taking on North Park University, and joined now by head football coach Mike Yeager. And today's senior day, and we say goodbye to really the first full senior class here, the first full class through your recruiting process. So we're going to say goodbye to some pretty good players.
Yeah, no, we've got a great group of, I think, 18 guys walking today, guys who have played a lot of football for us, who helped transform our program into a much better program than when they got here.
If I gave you one or two words to describe your senior class, what would it be?
You know, first and foremost, I think the dedication they showed when things were tougher, when they were younger, when they weren't winning a lot of football games, to stick with it, keep working to get better.
Well, the impression that they'll leave with this program?
I think they'll feel proud of what they've done. You know, they've left it in a better place than when they got here, and that's kind of always the goal when you do anything, to leave it better than you found it.
And they become instant recruiters.
Yeah, no, I think they enjoyed their experience. No one enjoys every single day of your 4 years of college football, but overall, I think they know it's well worth it.
And we were just chatting. You know, this is just a snapshot of your playing career here. You only get 10 games a year to do this, and for seniors, you know, that's 40 games. That goes by rather quickly.
It goes by real quick, you know, and you try to constantly remind the kids that it's going to go quickly. So take advantage of every single day, and you really want to remind them of that in the off season. When they're attacking things, because you only get 40 games, so you might as well make the most of it.
This week, your opponent, North Park, and coming off a tough loss to North Central, and really, I know you were disappointed on Saturday. That was the most disappointed I ever saw you here in the last several years over the way that game played out.
Well, I think you're disappointed anytime you lose a football game. You want to win every single game, and you know, things just didn't go our way.
Sudden change. You always talk about that. You put in that situation on Saturday. Kyle Freiberg goes out. Suddenly, it's Bobby Suchecki running things.
Yeah, no, you want to have the next man ready. You know, I thought Bobby did a good job when he came in. You know, it takes a while to get used to what you're doing when you get in the flow of the game. But at the end of the day, I thought he played pretty well.
Javon Stricker stepped up well. He had his best game as a Redman as a sophomore, over 100 yards receiving. Second straight week, you've put a receiver over 100 yards. And rewarded this week, moved up the depth chart in the 2 deep. He'll start today.
Yeah, Javon's done a really, really nice job. He's going to be a really good player for us here for the next couple of years. We're excited to see what he can do. You know, he's taken advantage of the more playing time with the loss of James Cobbs and done a really nice job.
We're also going to be without a couple of players today offensively, most notably Kyle Freiberg still out with the concussion.
Yeah, no, I think you want to be more safe than sorry in that situation, and he's not ready. So we'll go with Bobby Suchecki and Cam James today. You know, unfortunately, we'll miss Cam Cotter again in his last game as a senior as well. You know, so it's just one of those situations where the next guy's got to step up again.
You get 11 weeks to play 10 games, so you get to this point. The bumps and bruises add up, but I think the offensive line has taken a beating here with the injuries over the last 3 or 4 weeks.
You know, it's going to happen every couple of years in football. You're just going to have a year where you have a lot of injuries. We're going through one of those years right now. You know, hopefully we can, you know, come out and win this football game and then move on and not have a situation like that next year.
You get Lafayette McGarry back this week. You held him out last week, had the shoulder injury, so at least he is available today.
Yeah, you know, and Lafayette's a great football player for us, so having him back in there is going to help.
One of the areas that's been relatively injury-free has been your defense. Short of Seimer's injury, nicked up, but still surviving back there.
Yeah, you know, we lost 2 starters with Jake Seimer and Virgil Young, but I think the other guys that have replaced him have done a nice job and allowed us to play okay on the defensive side of the ball.
Let's talk about your opponent today, the Vikings. They've got a lot to play for here today. Both teams do, really. In all reality, a chance for a 7-3 season for the Redmen today. And for North Park, they could win 3 consecutive conference games for the first time, I think, since the late 1960s.
Yeah, no, they've done a much better job this year. They're playing well. Defensively, they've got probably the best linebacker in the league. They've got a really good corner, so their defensive unit is very strong. Offensively, they've got some young talent at the skill positions, really 2 quarterbacks that are freshmen that are playing well, so we'll have our hands full.
Offensively, what do they look to do here? They're more of a single back, almost mirror, I think, Carthage a little bit, don't they?
Well, you know, they'll do some 1-back formations with 4 wide receivers, and then they'll also do a 1-back with a fullback and 3 wide receivers. So similar to what we've been doing nowadays with our injury situation on offense, so the offenses will look pretty similar.
Defense, I think, might be their calling card.
Yeah, no, they've played really, really well. They do it, like I said, they've got some really nice players, and they force you to run the ball efficiently and pass the ball efficiently, so it will be a big challenge.
One area we haven't talked about has been special teams. Your units on both sides of special teams leading the conference. You've got kick return and kick coverage, both leading the conference in those statistics.
Yeah, you know, those areas have both been strong. You know, unfortunately, we had a kickoff return for a touchdown called back by a holding call last week, but those have been strong. Our punt return unit's been strong. Our punt team has been a little inconsistent, but for the most part, our special teams have been pretty good this year.
Let's talk about keys to the game today. What's it going to take for a Redmen win?
You know, for us on offense, we've got to be able to move the chains and keep drives going. Defensively, we've got to force some turnovers and get some 3-and-outs to get the ball back to our offense. You know, if we can keep the drives going on offense, force some 3-and-outs on defense, and then force some turnovers, I think we'll be in good shape.
It's been the calling card for your team all year, plus 14 on the turnover takeaway.
Yeah, it's a huge emphasis each and every week. If you can end up plus in the turnover margin, you've got a better than 70% chance of winning a football game, so we try to do that every week.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Head football coach Mike Yeager joining us in our pregame today as the Carthage Redmen get set to take on the North Park Vikings. We'll be back with the Senior Day introductions and starting lineup and kickoff of today's game right after this on AM 1050 WLIP.
Philosophy of the football program is win the day, which is excelling to be your best in all areas every single day.
We're dream makers here. We fulfill dreams academically, athletically, and as a whole person. We have some of the best athletes, we have some of the best teams, and probably have some of the best Division III athletic facilities in the country. All of this is trying to help students overcome challenges to help them prepare for those challenges that are going to face them the rest of their lives.
First and foremost, that they take their academics really serious. They're competitive people, and that they love football. If they are about those 3 things, they'll have a great experience at Carthage.
It's really intense, all the workouts that we do, and you know, it's all for a reason, preparing you for your life ahead after school.
My goals are that they become the best football player that they can become on the field. Off the field academically, I want them to graduate in 4 years and go on to be successful in whatever endeavor they try to go into.
Come in ready, mentally and physically. You show up ready and prepared, then you know that you're ready to play. They know you're ready to play, and then you'll eventually get the chance you deserve.
So if you're looking to play at the top level of Division III athletics, you won't find a better college.
Senior Day introductions getting underway. We turn things over now to Bosco Jurikovic on the PA here at Art Keller Field.
Team has played in 18 career games, registered 16 tackles. Ladies and gentlemen, number 1, Darren Funchess. Number 2, captain wide receiver James Cobbs, escorted today by Darnika Tillman, James Cobbs, and Edmund Tillman, exercise and sports science major, communications minor, hailing from Urbana, Illinois, where he attended Urbana High School. 37 career games, James has accounted for 3,300 all-purpose yards. In 2016, he had 39 receptions for 730 yards and 7 touchdowns, which earned him first-team all-CCIW honors. Cobbs ended his career totaling 130 receptions for 2,128 yards and 17 touchdowns. Ladies and gentlemen, number 2, James Cobbs. Number 9, Narkis Holman, escorted today by Linda Holman, a business management major hailing from Peoria, Illinois, where he attended Peoria High School, 4-year letter winner. Narkis has registered 59 tackles, 7.5 of them for loss, has 1.5 sacks, as well as 3 pass breakups, a forced fumble, and 3 quarterback hurries. Ladies and gentlemen, number 9, Narkis Holman. Number 11, Chantrell Garner, escorted by Delilah and Willie, criminal justice major hailing from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where he attended Wisconsin Lutheran High School. In his career, Chantrell has totaled 185 tackles, 21 for loss, has 4 sacks as well as 9 interceptions, 2 being returned for touchdowns this year. Ladies and gentlemen, number 11, Chantrell Garner. '15, Nico Messino, wide receiver Nico Messino, being escorted by Kristen Niel Messino, exercise sports science major hailing from Plainfield, Illinois, where he attended Joliet West High School. 4-year letter winner, Nico comes in with 9 career starts, registering 7 receptions for 52 yards. Ladies and gentlemen, number 15, Nico Messino. Number 18, Bobby Suchecki. Quarterback Bobby Suchecki is being escorted by Maureen and Bill Suchecki, crim justice major and a political science minor hailing from Rolling Meadows, Illinois, where he attended Rolling Meadows High School. Suchecki enters today completing 82 passes for 1,260 yards and 10 touchdowns on his career. Ladies and gentlemen, number 18, Bobby Suchecki. Number 33, Mike Candry. Linebacker Mike Candry is escorted by Mary Beth Douglas and Nick Candry. History major hailing from St. Charles, Illinois, where he attended St. Charles East High School. 3-year letter winner. Mike has totaled 2 tackles in 7 games as well as an interception. Number 33, Mike Candry. Number 34, Joey Pauza. Defensive back Joey Pauza, escorted by Andrea, Joe, Amanda, and Anthony Pauza. History major, hailing from Island Lake, Illinois, where he attended Wakanda High School. He's played in 15 career games, totaling 15 tackles and 3 pass breakups. Also has an interception that came this year against Elmhurst. Ladies and gentlemen, number 34, Joey Pauza. 45, Nick Bolte. Tight end Nick Bolte, escorted by Diana and Scott Bolte, elementary education major with a history minor, hailing from Rockton, Illinois, where he attended Hananiga Community High School. Nick has helped the Redmen on both offense and defense, as well as special teams. 3-year letter winner, appeared in 5 games. Ladies and gentlemen, number 45, Nick Bolte. Number 50, Dan Pauscher. Defensive tackle Dan Pauscher, escorted by his mother, Janet. He's a finance major hailing from Elk Grove, Illinois, where he attended Elk Grove High School. 22 games, he's registered 10 tackles, 4 for loss, 2 sacks, and a pass breakup. Ladies and gentlemen, number 50, Dan Pauscher. Number 51, Joe Godlewski. Offensive lineman Joe Godlewski being escorted by Ann and Dave Godlewski, finance and management major, hailing from Indianapolis, Indiana, where he attended Bishop Chatard High School. Started 30 games on the offensive line for 4 years, has a fumble recovery for a touchdown. It came in 2016 against Milliken. Ladies and gentlemen, number 51, Joe Godlewski. '52, Nick Gansky. Linebacker Nick Gansky, escorted by Sue and Kurt Gansky, Management and Marketing double major, hailing from New Berlin, Wisconsin, where he attended New Berlin Eisenhower High School. 3-year letter winner. Nick has totaled 54 tackles in his career, half of those coming in his senior season. 4 pass breakups, 4 quarterback hurries, as well as a sack and an interception. Ladies and gentlemen, number 52, Nick Gansky. Number 54, Camden Cotter. Camden is escorted by Kim, Dave, and Chris Carter. He's a marketing management double major, hailing from St. Charles, Illinois, where he attended St. Charles North High School, playing a key role in the offensive line for the last 4 years. He has helped the Redmond offense excel in 33 career games. Ladies and gentlemen, 54, Camden Cotter. Number 58, Patrick Purvin. Patrick escorted by Sonia and Paul Purvin, a finance and economics double major, hailing from Ingleside, Illinois, where he attended Grant Community High School. 3-year letter winner. He's registered 25 tackles, 5 of them for loss in his career. Also has 2 quarterback hurries and a sack. Ladies and gentlemen, number 58, Patrick Purvin. '79, Isaiah Trussell. Captain offensive lineman Isaiah Trussell being escorted by Bart, Gwen, and Jaleesa Trussell. Criminal justice major, hailing from Racine, Wisconsin, where he attended Racine Case High School. Been a mainstay on the offensive line since he stepped foot on campus. Playing in his 39th career game today. Earned second team all-conference as a sophomore and first team as a junior. Ladies and gentlemen, number 79, Isaiah Trussell. Number 82, wide receiver Eddie Miklas, escorted by Olga and Ed Miklas, a computer science major from Arlington Heights, Illinois, where he attended Hersey High School. 3-year letter winner. Eddie has 29 receptions in 22 games for 386 yards and a touchdown. Ladies and gentlemen, number 82, Eddie Miklas. Number 92, defensive tackle Gus Isley, escorted by Angie and Rob Isley, a marketing management major with a public relations minor, hailing from Poplar Grove, Illinois, where he attended North Boone High School. In 18 games, registered 5 tackles, a tackle for loss, and a forced fumble. Prominent feature on the goal line package this season. Ladies and gentlemen, number 92, Gus Isley. And number 98, Pete Laughlin, final senior, being escorted by Christine, Gary, Anita, and Lance, a finance major hailing from Oswego, Illinois, where he attended Oswego High School. Enters his final game with 102.5 total tackles, 43 tackles for loss, and 15.5 sacks. 18 tackles for loss and 5.5 sacks in 2016. Earned him first team all-conference as a junior. Ladies and gentlemen, number 98, Pete Laughlin. We are extremely proud of these young men and wish them the best of luck on their future endeavors after football. Thank you, seniors, for your dedication and leadership over these past 4 years. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2018 Carthage senior class.
So one more game for these seniors, and for some, the reality that their football career has come to an end after this afternoon. And as you heard Bosco mention, we wish them nothing but the best in their future endeavors as they progress on as college graduates into their chosen fields. And we are excited and proud to have these 18 members of the graduating class of 2018 part of the Carthage football program. Redmond taking on North Park this afternoon, the final game of the 2017 campaign. Let's give you the starting lineups. We'll start with Carthage. We'll go with the Carthage starting lineups, John, if we can, and we'll get you set with those while we have a moment. Under head coach Mike Yeager, now in his 6th year, 22-30 his overall record, 6-3, 4-3 this season. At left tackle will be Isaiah Trussell, 6'3", 320-pound senior out of Case High School in Racine. Zach Grabner will start at left guard, 6 foot 255, a senior out of Omro, Wisconsin. Nick Barker, 6'3", 320-pound junior, will center the ball today out of Tinley Park, Illinois. Ben Bingham, a freshman, will make his second consecutive start. Bingham, 6'5", 240, out of Kenosha Indian Trail High School. And starting at right tackle, as you heard, Cam Carter out with the knee injury. It'll be Travis Werner getting a start at right tackle. Werner, 6'2", 285, a sophomore out of New Lenox, Illinois. The receiving core and backs for the Redmen. Sean Wells will start at tight end, 6'2", 230, the junior out of Scottville, Michigan. The fullback this afternoon will be Robert Lee, 6'1", 240, a sophomore from Carroll Stream. The tailback will be Lafayette McGarry. He's back in the lineup today. Missed last week's game with a shoulder injury. 5'8", 195 out of the Hope Academy in Chicago. And the wide receivers today, it'll be Manny Jones, 5'10", 175, a junior transferred from UW-Whitewater. He prepped at Indian Trail High School here in Kenosha. And Javon Stricker will make his first collegiate start this afternoon. Stricker, the sophomore, 5'10", 175 out of Palatine, Illinois. 6 receptions for 146 yards last week against North Central. And at quarterback today, it'll be Bobby Suchecki. Suchecki ahead of Freiberg today. Kyle Freiberg out with a concussion. And it'll be Bobby Suchecki running the show, 6'3", 240, the senior out of Rolling Meadows, Illinois. Redmen taking the field as they make their way out. North Park has made their way out onto the field. Defensively for the Redmen this afternoon, a 4-3 alignment. Jeremy Benke at defensive end, 6'1", 250, the junior out of Lake in the Hills, Illinois. Eric Freeman will start at defensive tackle. Jacob Seimer out with the knee injury. It'll be Freeman at 6'1", 265, the junior out of Flossmoor, Illinois. Cedric Fry at the interior tackle, 6'1", 305, a junior out of Urbana. And Pete Laughlin out of Oswego, Illinois, the senior, 6'2", 230 at the right defensive end. In the linebacking core, Chantrell Garner out of the nickelback, 5'11", 200, senior out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin Lutheran High School. And he will play the nickel. The middle linebacker will be Emmett Trost, the leading tackler on the team, 5'11", 210, a junior out of Elwood, Illinois. And Nick Gansky, 5'11", 220, the senior out of New Berlin, Eisenhower. The secondary, Albert Rogalski, starting ahead of Virgil Young again this week, 5'10", 170, the junior out of Wilmot High School. The strong safety, Jogi Bumba, 5'9", 180, a junior out of Urbana, Illinois. Amani Dennis at free safety, the junior out of Wheeling. And Connor Calvert at corner, 5'9", 180. And a junior out of Caledonia, Michigan. Redmen have won the toss. They will defer until the second half. North Park will receive the football and will defend the north goal. Redmen will work it left to right here as we begin this ball game this afternoon. So it'll be Carthage and North Park this afternoon from chilly Art Keller Field in Kenosha. Temperature in the low 30s under cloudy skies. The lights are on here at Keller Field, and we're set to enjoy our national anthem.
This afternoon by Carthage senior political science major Stephen Steinheiser.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
On this Veterans Day, we honor all servicemen and servicewomen listening in across the country. We thank you for your service to this great United States. Carthage College football on AM 1050 WLIP and WLIP.com, brought to you in part by Anastos Motors, Kenosha's premier pre-owned dealership on Green Bay Road and 45th Street in Kenosha, by Triangle Flooring, Furniture and Appliance Center, Lou Perini's Gas and Groceries on Sheridan Road, Lynch Chevrolet of Kenosha, east of I-94 on Highway 50. Nobody sells for less than Lynch. S.J. Crystal's Menswear, the corner of 57th Street and 6th Avenue in downtown Kenosha. Mason's Eatery and Pub on Highway 50. Dave's American Discount Muffler on Sheridan Road, Kenosha. Something Different, a sports fan's fantasy land, downtown Kenosha. Wingstop of Kenosha, they are the wing experts. Coliseum Games. Ruffalo's 2 Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, and by Kenosha Nissan. Check them out online at kenoshanissan.com. Travis Dorzinski standing deep, the junior out of Belvedere, Illinois, awaiting the kick from Lance Unland. North Park will be going right to left here this afternoon to begin this ball game. Unland on the run-up and the drive through the football. A line drive kick Dorzinski will take across the 7 to the 10, 15, 20, and buried at the 23-yard line. Darkeese Holman getting down there for the Redmen to make that tackle defensively for Carthage College. Again, it'll be Benke, Freeman, Fry, and Laughlin up front for the Redmen. Trost and Gansky, the linebackers, Garner, the nickelback, and the secondary will be Rogalski, Bumba, Dennis, and Calvert for the Carthage Redmen. Grant Borsch, a 5'10", 180-pound freshman at quarterback for the North Park Vikings. They will work with a single back, 4 receivers, 2 by 2 here on first down from their own 23-yard line. Low snap, Borsch has to pick it up, and he's going to be sacked back at the 14-yard line. Gansky along with Pete Laughlin there to cover him up for a loss. Back at the 13-yard line, it'll be a loss of 10 on the play. Up front for North Park, it'll be Obadiah Falatui at left tackle, Mosley at left guard, Tefu at center, Jackson at right guard, and Zach Sandland is your right tackle. Second down and 20 now for North Park from their own 13-yard line. Borsch is going to change the play. John Wilkinson is the single back. 4 receivers, again 2 by 2 alignment here for the Vikings. And Wilkinson will get the call, tries to cut it back up the middle and runs right into the linebacking core for the Redmen. Once again, it's Pete Laughlin and Nick Gansky making the tackle for the Redmen. So pickup of 2 will set up a 3rd down and 18 for the Vikings at their own 15-yard line. Just underway here in Kenosha. Cloudy skies, temperatures in the 30s, a light breeze out of the southeast at about 5 miles per hour. 3rd and 15 for the Vikings. Going to throw it over the middle, complete the pass. Making the catch here on the near side for the Vikings, that was Sean Burke, and on the stop for the Redmen. Brought down at the 23-yard line, and we also have a penalty marker down. So we'll have to check out the penalty here. Redmen appeared to have made the stop here well short of the first down marker.
The defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Well, that
Number 8, first unsportsmanlike conduct foul.
Emmett Trost with the penalty after the play. As Burke made the catch, Trost was able to get him to the ground along with help from Gansky and Garner at the 23-yard line, well short of the first down. And as they unpiled, it was Trost called for the unsportsmanlike conduct. We're watching the replay, and it was a lot of trash talking there on the part of Trost. So with the penalty, it'll be an automatic first down, moving the ball out to the Viking 38-yard line and a fresh set of downs for North Park. 1st and 10 for the Chicago Vikings. Borsch wants to throw, swings it out right side, completes the pass out near the 44-yard line, right in front of Emmett Trost. Making that catch, Josh Ritto, a freshman, 5'10", 180 pounds. That's his 6th catch of the year. It'll be a gain of 6. It'll bring up a 2nd and 4. Just a little swing pass out to the right that time by Borsch. Grant Borsch shared some time with Frank Mayagoa, the other freshman quarterback here for the Vikings this season. And that is Mayagoa in now at quarterback now. Receiver in motion to the near side. They fake the jet sweep. Magoya will keep it, takes it out across the 45, maybe the 46-yard line. Darquise Holman able to make the tackle for the Redmen that time, the linebacker for Carthage. And so bring up a 3rd and short here for North Park. Let's see if the Redmen defense can get off the field here. Drive kept alive by the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Emmett Trost. 3rd down and 2 from the 46-yard line. Borsch back in at quarterback. They'll go offset with the I formation. They will hand it off. Wilkinson fighting for the yardage, and I'm not sure he got there. Got right to the line to gain that time before he was driven back. Dylan Ramirez, the freshman, in on the stop for Carthage. Short of the 1st down, a gain of 2. It'll bring up 4th and 1. The Vikings look like they were going to go for it here. Let's see. They will bring the punter on. This is Alexis Santillan. North Park by far leading the conference in punts this year. 55 attempts by Alexis Santillan this year, an average of 34.5. It's a low snap gobbled up by Santillan, and he gets it away, a knuckling punt. They'll get away from it. It'll bounce short of the 30-yard line, take a backward roll to the 34, and that's where the Redmen will take it at their own 34-yard line. So it'll be a 23-yard punt, no return. So the defense, or the offense, I should say, for the Redmen will take the field for the first time today. 10:53 to play in this first quarter. A scoreless first quarter here at Keller Field. Bobby Suchecki will be the quarterback, the senior, 6'3", out of Rolling Meadows, Illinois. Kyle Freiberg still going through the concussion protocol in an injury sustained in the first quarter last week at North Central. Single back is Jamel Davis, and he'll get the call here on 1st down, working the left side across the 40 out to the 41-yard line for a pickup of 7. Jalen Williams, number 44, the freshman linebacker, there to make the stop for North Park. 2nd and 4 for the Redmen. Up front for Carthage, Isaiah Trussell, Zach Grabner, Nick Barker, Ben Bingham, and Travis Warner, your offensive line, left tackle to right tackle. 2nd down and 6 here. Davis gets the call again, working the left side. Second effort, stretches it out short of the 1st down. Looked like he came down about a yard shy. Gain of about 5. Once again, Jalen Williams, the middle linebacker there to make the stop. Davis just trying to work that left side, trying to use Isaiah Trussell, the big body of Trussell, to carry him out there to that left side. So 3rd down and short. Redmen 45% on 3rd downs this season. Sean Wells, the tight end, will roll over to the left side. Blotkamp is in at fullback. The give is to Davis. Davis, big hole over the left side out to midfield. Will pick up the 1st down on a burst of 7 that time. Latuli able to make the stop defensively for North Park. There is a penalty flag down, however. This may be coming back for a holding call.
Holding. Offense, number 49. 10-yard penalty from spotted a foul. Remains 3rd down.
Chase Blotkamp, the guilty party on the holding call, back from an injury. He got called for holding. I will tell you that this crew that's working this game here today, led by Michael Smith, they'll throw a lot of flags. It could be a long afternoon here at Keller Field. So the holding call erases the 1st down. We'll set up a 3rd and 7 now for the Redmen. They'll go 3 receivers here to the right side. Suchecki will work from the pistol. Suchecki will put it up. Wants to throw over the middle, complete to Sean Wells. Wells across the 45 and out to the 47-yard line for the first down. Andrew Mahuli able to make the stop, but not before Wells got second effort. We've got a man down for the Redmen, and another, looks like offensive lineman, hurt here. Appears to be Nick Barker, the center, who is down. Wells making the reception. Able to take Andrew Mahuli for a ride there. Got an extra couple of yards after Mahuli made contact, but play is stopped here with 9:09 to go in this first quarter for an injury timeout. Nick Barker, the center. Anthony Kudra, who's been nursing an injury, would be the backup here. He is taking some practice snaps here with Bobby Suchecki on the near sideline as Barker is up under his own power. That's a good sign. As he walks it off to the near sideline here. Jake Denauer, the head athletic trainer, and his staff out there. So Wells with that pickup out to the 47-yard line, getting the first down. So Redmond with a fresh set of downs here. 9 minutes to go here in a scoreless first quarter. Single back is Davis. 3 receivers, single receiver to the right side. Bazarek in motion. They'll give to Davis. Met in the backfield, able to break a tackle, and he'll get some yardage out of that, maybe a couple. Got out of Mahule's tackle before he was finally wrapped up. Getting 1 yard off that carry that time. Was met in the backfield by Mahule. His position known as the Viking back. Set up by this defense here for North Park. Gain of 1, 2nd down and 9. This is Lafayette McGarry trying to get to the near sideline. Does across midfield and driven out hard by David Simmons, the corner here on the near side. McGarry gets it across midfield to the North Park 49-yard line, short of the first down. Gain of 3 on the play will set up a 3rd and 5 now for the Redmen. Bazarek and Manny Jones will split out to the left side here. 2 receiver look for the Redmen. They'll go twin tights with a single back in McGarry. 3rd down and 5 from the 48. Play action fake to McGarry. Suchecki swings it out left side, and it is dropped incomplete. Javon Stricker could not come up with it. He would have had enough for the first down, could not gather it in. And so the Redmen will be forced to punt on their first possession this afternoon on the drop pass by Stricker. He was open. He was just running a short route. Was lined up in the slot left side. Just run it straight down the hash mark and a curl. And he come up with the football. Would have had the first down. High snap back to Candry. Gathers it in. And Candry knocked down. There'll be a penalty marker on that play, as a fair catch signaled for and made by Mahule. But there is a penalty marker running into the kicker. So roughing the kicker, the call, extending the drive. And you can see that play develop rather quickly on the high snap. So Carthage will get their drive extended here. 15 yards from the line of scrimmage will move the football into North Park territory inside the 33-yard line. So Carthage now with new life on this drive. 7.5 minutes to play here, first quarter, a scoreless first quarter in Kenosha. Jones and Bazarek lined up to the far side. Bazarek in a slot. Wells, the tight end, rolls over to the left side. Now Patton in motion here, the near side. Suchecki play fakes to McGarry, wants to throw left side, ball in the air. It's tipped and knocked away, incomplete. And intended that pass out there for Manny Jones. It was Dalton McKay, the corner out there, got inside position, was able to knock that away, and nearly came away with an interception. McKay last week against Carroll had that 47-yard pick six. Back-to-back pick sixes by the North Park defense last week against the Pioneers. 2nd down and 10 from the Viking 33. This time it's Cameron James in there now at quarterback. 2 receivers to the left. James gets the snap, wasn't ready for it. It's going to have to sprint here to the near side, and now penalty marker down on the false start. Confusion back there on the part of the Redmond offense.
Offense, number 87. 5-yard penalty. Remains 2nd down.
Brett Patton, the guilty party there, as he flinched at the line of scrimmage. And again, you got Kudra in there snapping the football due to the injury to Nick Barker. Barker getting that left ankle taped here on the near sideline as quickly as they can. So the 5-yard penalty moves it back to 2nd and 15 at the 38-yard line for the Redmen. James remains the quarterback. 3 receivers left side. He'll fake it on the shovel pass to Sean Wells. Wells will get those 5 yards back to the original line of scrimmage, just short of the 33-yard line. Mark Mamola, the defensive tackle, in on the stop, the senior for North Park. Officially a gain of 4 will bring up a 3rd and 11 for the Redmen. It was a play fake that time on a read option fake to McGeary, and James then shovel pass to Sean Wells over that left side. Again, they'll go 4 receiver look here. 3 on the right, single receiver left here on 3rd and 11. James will take the snap. Now we'll run it. Tries to go up the middle. James with a stutter step inside the 30 down to the 29-yard line, short of the 1st down. Ava there to make the stop. The leading tackler in the CCIW with 102 coming into the game here today. Redmond offense stays on the field here. Suchecki back in at quarterback. Redmond are going to, by gosh and by darn, going to try and get a 4th down conversion this year. They're 0 for 19 on 4th downs this year. Stricker in motion to the left. 4th and 6 for the Redmen. Suchecki drops back, looks to throw with time. Plenty of time. Comes back right side. Ball in the air to Jones. Leaping grab into the end zone. Touchdown, Carthage College. Manny Jones between 2 defenders at the goal line, able to go up and make the play for the touchdown grab. For Manny Jones, that is his 7th touchdown reception of the year. What a spectacular catch and what a great throw by the senior Suchecki. All day in the pocket, waited for Jones to clear momentarily, got it past both defenders, both McKay and DeFecchio, the safety. Unland for the extra point, snap, spot, kick, it's good. And the Redmen take a 7-0 lead with 5:44 to play here in this 1st quarter. There is a penalty flag, however. Get used to it. This crew, I think, worked our final game 2 years ago.
Try is good.
So offside on the defense, the point after is good. We'll take a break. Redmond lead it here by a score of 7-0. This is Carthage College football on AM 1050 WLIP. Kickoff here by the Redmen. Be taken here on the near side by Dorzinski, and he'll be wrestled out of bounds just across the boundary here at the 24-yard line. 14-yard return here for Dorzinski, and North Park will take over now after the touchdown by the Redmen. 7-0 Carthage, a 38-yard touchdown pass by Suchecki to Manny Jones. So Carthage going back to work here defensively. Grant Borsch, the quarterback, freshman, back out there. John Wilkinson will be the single tailback here. Two receivers to the right, single receiver left here for North Park. 1st and 10 from their own 24. Man in motion to the far side is Kupachati. Borsch rolls right, wants to throw, throws it right side, completes the pass to the far side to Kupachati for a short gain out near the 25-yard line. Norm Kupachati, 5'10", 180, a senior. Albert Rogalski out there on the corner for the Redmen in coverage. Kupachati, 4 receptions last week for a pair of touchdowns. A 68-yarder last week, the longest touchdown from scrimmage this year for North Park. 5:10 to go here in this first quarter. 7-0 Redmen. Drive aided by that roughing the punter call. Now we got a play stop. We got a timeout taken here by North Park. The play clock down to 0. So Carthage on that opening drive goes 7 plays on that drive, aided by the roughing the punter call on 4th down, and that allowed the drive to stay alive, and the Redmen convert on 4th down for the first time this year, a 38-yard touchdown pass from Suchecki to Manny Jones. So 2nd down and 9 for North Park at their own 25-yard line. Wilkinson trying to run. The turf monster got him. Lost his footing as he tried to run right into Jeremy Benke that time. Benke in at the right defensive end here for the Redmen. So a loss of 2 brings up 3rd down and 11 for North Park. Early on for the Vikings now, -7 rushing the football. Borsch will get them set. 3rd down and 11 from their own 23-yard line. 2 receivers right, single receiver left to the near side, and Borsch rolling right, wants to throw right, steps up on the run, lofts one out, completes across the 35, out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Josh Rito, the receiver, able to make the catch, ushered out to the boundary by Rogalski. Out to the 37-yard line, a 15-yard pickup and a 1st down for North Park throwing the football. So the Vikings now 1 for 3 on 3rd downs so far in this ball game. 3:40 to play here in the first quarter. 7-0 Redmen lead. 5 receiver, empty backfield here for Borsch. Quick snap, throws it out quickly, and it's through the defender, through the receiver's hands, incomplete. Sid Smith, the 4th, the intended receiver. Roughing the passer, the call against Scott Trost. So that's 2 penalties on Trost here this afternoon after the play. Chantrell Garner did a nice job defending on the pass to Sid Smith the fourth, but Trost continued through well after the pass, knocking the quarterback down and getting a roughing the quarterback call. Add 15 at the end of the play, moves the football into Redmond territory for the first time this afternoon to the Carthage 47-yard line, 1st and 10 North Park. Again, undisciplined play by the Redmond defense here. Wilkinson will get the call, and he's going to be met immediately in the backfield and driven down. Patrick O'Neill, the 6'2", 225-pound senior right there, able to get in there almost immediately on the handoff. And another penalty marker down. Told you it's going to be a long afternoon, folks. This crew, it's like a chop block violation here against the Vikings. Let's see if the Redmen choose to accept the play here.
Personal foul, shot block, offense, number 60 and 63. 15-yard penalty remains. First out.
It was on the center, George Tafua, the sophomore, and Derek Mosley, the left guard, engaged on one defender, one high, one low. You cannot do that. So the personal foul chop block. Redmond will accept the penalty, will move the football back to the North Park 37-yard line. 3:20 to go here in this first quarter. Most of the action coming from the officials' pocket here so far this afternoon. Borsch wants to throw, wafts it out, has a man out there in the last second. It was broken up by Connor Calvert. Got a hand in there late, knocking it away from Josh Rito, the receiver, who was on a go route down the numerals on the far side of the field. He would have been hit on the run. That had 6 points written all over it until Calvert got his left hand in there to knock it away for an incompletion. Great all-out effort that time by the junior cornerback, Connor Calvert. He's had 3 interceptions in the last 2 ball games for the Redmen. Second down and 25 now for Carthage, or for North Park, I should say, at their own 37-yard line. Dorzinski gets the call on the end around to the near side, tripped up from behind, short of the 45-yard line. Good chase that time by Kevin O'Boyle, the freshman linebacker. He has really stepped up in a reserve role this year. He's 6 foot, 210 pounds, out of Plainfield, Illinois. It's his 9th tackle of the season. Good job of pursuit that time by Kevin O'Boyle. Dorzinski that time was lined up in a slot right side, came around on the sweep. Stopped for a gain of 6 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 19 now for North Park. Borsch wants to throw, going to go over the middle, ball in the air, going to be picked off. Intercepted by Rogalski. Dancing around to the 35, and he's going to be wrestled down at the 35-yard line. Looked like Amani Dennis got that one. Let's see. 29 or 25. Going to be Amani Dennis with that pick. If it is, that's his 4th interception of the year. Not sure where Borsch was going. That was thrown deep, well beyond the intended receiver, Josh Rito. And Amani Dennis with the interception, his 4th of the year, the junior out of Wheeling, Illinois. First turnover of the afternoon goes by way of the Redmen. So Suchecki will come back out on offense. This is Jamel Davis on a sweep left side, has some room. Out across the 40 to the 45-yard line, where he is ushered out of bounds there, just short of the 45. Gain of 7 on the play for Jamel Davis. Davis, the sophomore to Naples, Florida, the leading ground gainer for the Redmen this year. 551 yards coming into the game here today. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 4. Long 4 here for the Redmen. 3 receivers here to the near side. They'll give it to Davis again. Probes the middle. Gets to the 45-yard line where he was wrestled down there. Me'aba there. Sean Me'aba. Tell you what, he is a player. I like this kid. lot of talk about who should be the Defensive Player of the Year this year in the CCIW. I think records should not play in it. This guy is a player. Maeva. There's a nearly pick six that was broken up. Pass intended here for Evan French, and jumping the route was Dalton McKay, the sophomore. If he comes up with that, that's 6 points the other way. French needed to run that route a little bit more to the inside of the numerals here on the near sideline to shield that defender. So it'll bring up 4th down. Redmond punting unit on. Minute 8 to go here in this first quarter, leading 7-0. Candrian, his last punt, he was roughed up. That kept the touchdown drive alive for the Redmen. Gets a good snap here, gets this one away. A short end-over-end kick, however. It'll bounce and roll dead at the 19-yard line. That looked just like one of Bob Bond's pitching wedges there. Boy, that ball hit and died right there at the 19-yard line. So that's where North Park will take over their own 19-yard line. 59 seconds to go here in the first quarter. The Redmen lead it by a score of 7-0. 29-yard touchdown pass from Suchecki to Manny Jones, capping off a 10-play, 66-yard drive. North Central leading Elmhurst 28-0. We'll get you the score update here in just a moment. First down, hand it off. And this is Jeremiah Madden. Madden, the freshman from Kenosha St. Joe. His first carry this afternoon. He's going to be tripped up for a loss back at the 15-yard line. Loss of 5. It'll bring up a 2nd and 15 here. Madden, the freshman, 5'10", 185 pounds, as I said, prepped at Kenosha St. Joe. This is his 5th ball game of the season. He's rushed for 73 yards, a long of 13 this year for the former Lancer. Second down, we'll call it 14. Borsch looking left, now throws out right, and a leaping grab. He was out of bounds, says Thad Hilliard, the head linesman. Catch was made out of bounds by Josh Rito. The 5'10 freshman did not get a foot in bounds. Stops the clock with 17 seconds to play here in this first quarter. Bringing up a 3rd and long now, 3rd and 14. Vikings 1 for 4 this afternoon on 3rd down. Madden will stay in there as the single back. Borsch, the quarterback. 2 receivers to the right. Borsch wants to throw. Going to go over the middle, completes the pass, short of the first down. Catch is made here on this near side by Sean Burke, the tight end. Wrapped up immediately by Emmett Trost at the 20-yard line, well short of the first down. The clock will run out, and we will have a punt to begin our second quarter. 1 quarter in the books here from Kenosha's Art Keller Field. Carthage leading North Park 7-0 on your home for Redmond Athletics, AM 1050 WLIP. A 41-yard punt here by Alexis Santillan. Fair caught by Bazrick at the 39-yard line. That's where the Redmen will take over as we begin the second quarter. John Weiser with you at Art Keller Field in Kenosha. 7-0 Redmond. Scores from around the CCIW this afternoon. North Central was leading Elmhurst in that ball game. 22-0, I believe, was the score there. 7-0 Illinois Wesleyan on top of Milliken. Early first quarter from Bloomington. Suchecki will take the snap. He'll hand it off. Lafayette McGarry going over the left side, moving the pile across the 45 to the 47-yard line. Lafayette McGarry getting the call here. Missed the ball game last week because of a shoulder injury. Could have played last week, I think. Talking with the coaching staff, they just felt hold him out a week and let that heal up correctly. And he would have told you he was ready to play. Suchecki fakes the end around, going to keep it himself, breaks a tackle across midfield, and will go down at the North Park 46-yard line. Gain of about 10 on the play on the keep by Suchecki. Wilson Bray with the tackle. Chase him down from behind that time as Suchecki slipped in, faking that to Nico Messino. Working the slot here to the near side. Messino remains in there as a slot receiver here to the left, along with Manny Jones. Now goes in motion to the right. They will hand it off. Jamel Davis. Davis burst up the middle. Tried to get free at the 42-yard line, was dumped down there. I think it was KJ Joseph, the senior defensive end, who tripped up Jamel Davis that time as he just made his cut across the line of scrimmage. And they faked that sweep to Messino. Davis getting tripped up that time. Now Lafayette McGarry in the backfield. Suchecki will work in under center. They'll go twin tights here. Blotkamp in there now as a fullback in motion. Hand off to McGarry. Tries that right side. Now bounces away from a block. Cuts it over inside the hash mark, inside the 35, down to the 33-yard line for a gain of 11. Nice play by Lafayette McGarry to bounce that one out to the right. Things were bottled up right at the line of scrimmage and bounced it outside Blotkamp's block. Got a little seal action that time by Javon Stricker, able to seal off the linebacker, and it was finally Ryan Housen who got McGarry down. But a pickup of 11 and a first down for Carthage. Down to the North Park 32. 12.5 minutes to go, first half, 7-0 Redmond. Suchecki rolling out to the right, wants to throw as a wide open receiver, makes the catch inside the 25, down to the 23-yard line. Manny Jones, his second reception this afternoon, able to make the catch on that far sideline at the 22. It's a gain of 10 and another first down. Nickelback Matt DeFecchio able to make the tackle. Again, just camped out. A little bit of zone action that time by North Park. Found the seam beyond the linebacker in front of the defensive backs. Held his ground out there, gave Suchecki a steady target to throw to. Stricker and Jones split out to the far side with Stricker in motion. A low snap. They'll give it to Stricker on the jet sweep to the left side. Breaking a tackle, dancing his way inside the 20 down to the 19-yard line. Good job by Suchecki to pull that one off the turf on the snap. And then get that to Stricker. Coming back to the near side. He was originally in motion. And Kyle Rooker, the offensive coordinator, has dialed up some interesting play calls here over the last 3 or 4 weeks to take advantage of the speed of the receivers for Carthage. Get them in positions to make plays in space. Second down, 6 from the 18-yard line. Blotkamp offset to the right. Suchecki rolling right, dumps it back. They're going to throw it back here and a tackle eligible here to the near side. Nice play. Isaiah Trussell able to make the catch. Only got a couple of yards, but they go with the tackle eligible here on the near side to Isaiah Trussell, who makes the catch. David Simmons unfortunately got in front of Trussell to try and bring the 320-pound lineman down. Now the officials are going to stop play here. Back judge is stopping play. Not sure what the issue is here. Did Trussell report as an eligible receiver? That might be the question here. So we'll have a conference. And while we do, let's see if we can give you the graphics here on the scores from around the league real quick. 28-0 North Central over Elmhurst, 7-0 Wesleyan over Milliken. That's a huge battle there. And 10-0 Wheaton leading Carroll. Augustana's season already completed. Lucido is the single back. Suchecki wants to throw here. Will come back over the middle and somehow got that one away with a penalty marker down. Lucido trying to make that catch. Latuli, the Mike back out there, made contact with Lucido as that pass was coming in. Lucido out of the backfield. Yep, he came over the back. They got the wrong guy. They said it was on 20, but it was definitely Latuli. The Mike back, even my spotter caught that one. Getting help in the booth today from the lovely Gina Weiser today. She is my spotter. Yes, Becca, she's doing a pretty good job, too. She's only missed a couple. Second down and 10 from the 18-yard line. Suchecki will hand it off. This is Jamel Davis. Davis, big hole up the middle, inside the 10, 5, touchdown. Jamel Davis plowing it right up the middle. Gets the touchdown, an 18-yard scamper for the Redmen. They add to their lead, 13-0. Just a simple dive play over the left side. They lined up Blotkamp offset to the left. Suchecki working from the pistol that time. Sent Stricker in motion and handed it off to Davis and just motored his way right up the middle for the touchdown. For Davis, that is his 8th touchdown of the year. Umland on for the extra point. Low snap, kick is on the way, and the kick is good. Nice job by Messino to pull that one up for Umland. 10 minutes to go here in this first half. 14-0 Redmen. We will step out. This is Carthage football on AM 1050 WLIP. Eight plays, 60 yards, capped off by the 18-yard touchdown run by Jamel Davis. The kickoff by Umland sneaks its way into the end zone. Justin staying inbounds in front of the pylon here to the near side. So 8 plays, 60 yards. Davis, the big play, the 18-yard pickup on 3rd down. Able to run it in for the Redmen, his 8th touchdown of the year. 14-0 Carthage. One more look on the replay here. Nice job by Chase Blotkamp. Good to have him back here for final game at fullback. Missed the previous 9 games with a broken bone in his foot. Finally getting healthy here to finish off the year. 1st and 10 Vikings from their own 25-yard line. And Borsch with an interception already thrown this afternoon. Now penalty markers before the snap.
False start. Offense, number 63. 5-yard penalty remains. First down.
Tafua, the center, with the false start. Penalties starting to add up here for both teams. Each team now penalized 4 times. So 1st and 15. Corey in motion here the near side. They'll roll the quarterback right, wants to throw it back left. Ball is tipped and incomplete, looking for Madden, the freshman out of Kenosha St. Joe, out of the backfield. That pass thrown into traffic out there. Broken up by Darkeese Holman. Got some help out there from Dan Pauscher, one of the graduating seniors here for the Carthage Redmen. 2nd down and 15. Ball at the Viking 20-yard line. Yeah, Madden out of Kenosha St. Joe. Part of that great Lancer program here. Borsch now on the snap, throws left side, completes the pass, and drilled to the turf is Woody Corey. Woody had the lumber thrown at him that time by Connor Calvert, the junior corner out there. He leveled him with a forearm shiver. And they'll get him for the roughing call as well. Roughing the passer, the call here against the Redmen. 2nd time today. Carthage has been flagged for that call. I'd have to look at the replay here. Again, you know, if a player leaves his feet, how is he supposed to control and contort his body when trying to knock a pass down and collides with the quarterback? And that last penalty on the previous drive for North Park on that roughing the passer call, that's exactly what happened. Trost was in the air trying to knock the ball down and fell on top of the quarterback after he released the ball. Moves the ball out to the 35-yard line. They'll try the near side, ball up for grabs, and it's broken up, incomplete. You had 2 defenders and a receiver all tracking to the ball at the same time. Rogalski and Dennis were Amani Dennis were the defenders that time, as they knocked the ball away here from the near side from the intended receiver, Malik Powell. So 2nd and 10 from the 39-yard line. 9:23 to go, first half. Carthage leading 14-0. 2 by 2 are the receivers here with a single back. Borsch with time, looking to throw off his back foot. Ball in the air, and it's nearly picked off one-handed by Dennis again. Check that Jogi Bumba, who was back there defending. Got the inside position that time again on the receiver. I believe that was Woody Corey. Yes, it was the intended receiver, and getting his right hand in there to knock it away was Jogi Bumba. Bumba with 1 interception this year. Nearly had pick number 2 there. Sets up 3rd and 10 now on the 39-yard line. Vikings 1 for 5 on 3rd downs this afternoon. Madden the single back, 3 receivers going out. They roll the quarterback Borsch to the left, and Borsch is going to be swallowed up and sacked back at the 30-yard line. Chantrell Garner able to get in there and make the play, along with Cameron Stubblefield. Garner got there first, and Stubblefield able to do the cleanup back at the 31-yard line. Be a loss of 8 on the play, brings up 4th down. Again, they wanted to roll Borsch out of pressure, but too quick off the line, the defensive line for the Redmen. Centillan to punt, gets this one away. End over end kick, Bazarick will take at his own 36, makes the first man miss, cuts at the numerals, and goes down at the 38-yard line. A 2-yard return for Bazarick. Redmen ball with 8:21 to go here in this first half, leading by a score of 14-0. Next Friday night, it's Carthage Redmen basketball here on AM 1050 WLIP. 8 o'clock tip, second game of the Carthage Classic next Friday night. Game 1 will feature Lake Forest College against Great Lakes College. That game tips off at 6. The Redmen and Rockford College at 7 o'clock, or at 8 o'clock, I should say. Rockford University of the Regents. We'll have that game for you beginning at 7:45 next Friday night right here on 1050 WLIP. Hoops season is upon us. Suchecki in under center on first down. will hand it off. McGarry, he's tackled immediately in the backfield. Jalen Williams, the freshman, able to come up and make the stop for a loss. Loss of 2 on the play. Williams, that's his 4th tackle for a loss this year. He has 1 sack to his credit as well. Second down, 18 for the Redmen at their own 36-yard line. Suchecki will work from the gun. Bazarek lined up in a slot to the right side. Now comes in motion near side. They will hand it off. This is McGarry again, met at the line of scrimmage and driven down. Austin Regal, 6'3", 270-pound senior defensive tackle there to make the stop for no gain. So now a 3rd down and long here for the Redmen, 3rd and 12. Carthage 1 for 4 on 3rd down conversion. Jones will line up near side. Bazarek, French, and Stricker to the right side. Single back is Lucido, with Suchecki working from the pistol. 3rd down and 12 from their own 36. Vikings showing blitz, now they back off. They'll rush 3. Now Suchecki scrambles left, on the run, throws on the run, lofts it incomplete over the head of Lucido, who was well covered on the play by David Simmons. Good pressure in the backfield that time by 25. That was KJ Joseph from the left defensive end, tracking down Suchecki. So a good stop that time by the North Park defense. Nick Candry on to punt here for the Redmen. It's a good snap. Gonna run the fake. Now kicks it away. He lost his privilege as a kicker as he showed the fake. Fair catch signal for and made back at the 40-yard line. And Nick Candry is knocked down, and the player who did it is applauding himself. David Simmons, I believe, delivered the blow to Candry. He was sprinting out to his right. And again, you lose that protection as a protected kicker. Got that one away. And then Simmons, I believe, was the man who got to him. Let's take a look. I'm watching our video replay here. Candry appeared to run a fake and then got roughed up and dropped. I think it might have been Joe Revere, number 7, who got there. And Simmons, as he went over to help out, taunting Candry as he's down and injured and in severe pain, now sitting up, began clapping and applauding and like pointing to himself, waving to himself like, hey, look at me. Candry is now up and under his own power, but took quite a hit as he exposed himself trying to make that punt. And again, when you sprint out like that, while the kicker does gain protection, once you start to sprint and appear that it's a fake, his protection goes away. He's now fair game. So I don't blame the hit as much as I don't like the taunting. And while that was a strong hit, and yes, if you're a North Park fan, you applaud that hit, but you don't stand on the field over an injured player. They're going to try and throw it over the middle, and it's broken up, incomplete. Cedric Fry nearly had an interception that time. I don't know if Borsch didn't see him, but Fry kind of backed off his block and dropped back, and Borsch threw it right through his hands. And working from that pistol formation, was under pressure right from the get-go that time. Might have been Pauscher providing that pressure to force him to throw it quickly, and Fry nearly had the interception. 2nd down and 10 from their own 40. Clock stops, 6:44 to play here in the 2nd quarter, 14-0 Redmen. Borsch again wants to throw, looking left, throwing left, has a man out there, through his hands, incomplete. Looking for Hunter Hinkle, the junior wide receiver, flying down that far sideline. Jogi Bumba in coverage for the Redmen. His fingertips on the ball, but one isn't able to haul it in. And with that pocket collapsing, credit Borsch for standing tall and delivering that football. And just through the outstretched hands of Hinkle. 3rd and 10 now for North Park at their own 41-yard line. Single back, 4 receiver look, 2-by-2 here for North Park. Borsch again wants to throw under pressure, got it away, complete over the middle, catch is made by Rito. Rito wrestled down at the Carthage 35-yard line. He took a shot from Chantrell Garner. Credit the freshman Borsch for standing tall, delivered that pass to Rito. Rito tackled on the play by Amani Dennis. It'll be first down North Park at the Carthage 35-yard line. Gain of 24, and again, I'll give the freshman Borsch credit. He saw Garner bearing down on him as he stepped into that pass, exposed those ribs, took a shot, and still delivered a strike to Rito for the reception at the 35. 1st and 10 North Park. Borsch throwing again outside, and the diving grab made in front of Connor Calvert that time by the receiver, Hunter Hinkle. We do have a marker down in the backfield. The holding call here against North Park.
Holding. Offense, number 71. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Remains first down.
Zach Sandlin, the right tackle, guilty of the hold. So the completion is nil, and they'll step off the penalty here. Spot of the foul penalty. It occurred at the line of scrimmage, so they'll move it back to the 45-yard line. It'll be a 1st and 20 for North Park. Clock rolling now, 5:50 to play here in this first half. 14-0 Carthage. Borsch again will work from the pistol. Hinkle in motion. They'll hand it off to Hinkle, coming around the near side on the run. Being tracked by Trost and brought down by Trost just inside the 45 at the 43-yard line. Another penalty marker on the play. Thrown by the head linesman here on the near side. It'll be another penalty here against North Park.
Holding. Offense, number 87. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Remains first down.
Tight end Sean Burke, the guilty party, trying to establish a block here on the near side to spring Hinkle on the end around. So back-to-back holding calls against the Vikings have moved the football back to the North Park 46-yard line. That's what, 7 penalties now on the Vikings in this first half. 1st and 30, play fake, they'll come back over the middle, ball bounced out, incomplete. Jogi Bumba looking for Dorzinski that time, and Bumba and Gansky broke that one up hard. I think Dorzinski at the last second saw Bumba coming in and alligator armed that one, ducking out of the way. So the incomplete pass sets up a 2nd and 30 now. Again, 2-by-2 receiver formation, single backfield. Borsch working from the pistol. Redmond dropping back. They'll throw it here near side, ball in the air, and coming up, and did he stay in bounds? No. With a late penalty marker thrown by the side judge this time. Bumba making a play on that football, trying to make a diving grab here on the near side. That might be a pass interference call on a rub route here by the Vikings. As Connor Calvert was trying to step up, the receiver rubbing him off.
Pass interference. Defense, number 7. Spot foul. Automatic. First down.
Bad call there. Receivers were running that little pick play, that pick route in front of Connor Calvert. And as he stepped up, trying to cut off the inside receiver, the outside man kind of stepped in front of him. They'll call that penalty on Connor Calvert. 6th penalty on the Redmond today. So the drive aided here by the penalty. Automatic first down at the Redmond 41-yard line. Borsch dropping back. Now under pressure on the scramble. Coming up the field, gets to the 39-yard line. Emmett Trost able to wrestle him down with some help from Chantrell Garner. Gain of 2 on the play on the scramble by Borsch. Again, just a 3-man rush by the Redmen. And Borsch stepping up and through the pocket that time, and Trost immediately on the spy broke off his coverage and came in to make the play for the Redmen. Second down 8 for North Park at the Carthage 39-yard line. Clock continues to move here. 4:20 to play in the half. Redmen lead by 2 scores. Hinkle in motion now to the near side. Borsch running right, throwing right, completes right side. Nice grab here on the near sideline by Rito. Out of bounds inside the Redmen 25. They'll mark him out at the 24-yard line. Jogi Bumba on coverage here on the near side for the Redmen, ushering him to the boundary. Pick up a 15 on the play on the pass completion here the near side. Deepest penetration of the afternoon now for North Park at the Carthage 24-yard line. Again, they want to throw. Borsch going to be hit from behind, ball out, picked up by the Redmen. Yansky scoop and score, and now they're going to rule him down. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? The referee blew his whistle. It would have been a touchdown for the Redmen and Eric Freeman. It will be Carthage ball, however.
There was a fumble on the play, recovered by the defense. We had an inadvertent whistle. It'll be Carthage's ball, 1st and 10.
And the inadvertent whistle was by the referee, Michael Smith. I'm not sure what he was watching there, but clearly the ball was out. It would have been a scoop and score for Freeman. As it is, the Redmen will keep possession here. Quarterback was clearly hit, ball was clearly out. That should have been a touchdown return, a scoop and score of 70 yards for Eric Freeman. I'm not sure what the referee was looking at there, Michael Smith. Cost the Redmen 6 points. As it is, Carthage will keep possession here on the fumble recovery. Suchecki, play action fake, stepping up. Now under pressure, breaks the pressure. On the scramble, Suchecki steps out of a tackle across the 40, delivers a forearm across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Bobby Suchecki that time took Quinton Vos, threw him to the side, stepped out of that tackle, delivered a forearm to Simmons, knocked him out of the way, and picked up the first down on the ground out to the 47-yard line. Another good run by the senior quarterback, Suchecki. 3 minutes to go here in the half. Carthage leading 14-0, getting their second takeaway of the afternoon on the fumble recovery by Eric Freeman. Suchecki will hand it off. Jamel Davis around the right side. Davis across midfield. Davis inside the 45 to the 44-yard line, where he got tripped up there. It was KJ Joseph who flew in there and put a shoulder into Davis to get him to the turf. Gain of 9 on the play for Jamel Davis, the sophomore from Florida. Nice seal block out there by Manny Jones that opened up that far sideline beyond the numerals for Davis. 2nd down and 1. Play fake. Well, they do hand it off. It is Davis. Davis inside the 40 down to the 39-yard line. Will get the first down, stopping the clock momentarily with 2:14 to play here in the half. And it was Mark Momola able to make the tackle for North Park. So 1st and 10 Redmen at the 40-yard line of North Park. All 3 timeouts remaining for Carthage. Suchecki, play fake, looking left, throwing left, dumps it out, completes the pass here to near side to Blackcamp. The fullback charging down the sideline, tripped up and down at the 30-yard line, and a late penalty marker near the middle of the field. Dalton McKay will be credited with the stop on Blackcamp at the 28-yard line, but there is a flag on the play. It's going to go against the Redmen here.
Pass interference. Offense, number 10. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Remains first down.
Manny Jones guilty of the offensive pass interference. He was lined up here on as a wideout on that far side. I'm not so sure what that was all about. Fell down and made contact with the defender as he went down. As it is, it'll go as an offensive interference call here against the Redmen, moving the ball back to the Carthage 45-yard line. Minute and a half to go here in this first half. McGarry in now at tailback for Carthage. He is the single back. 3 receivers going out, 2 on the right side for the Redmen. Suchecki working from the gun. Play fake to McGarry, stepping up, scrambling to his right. Throwing on the run, wide open, and stepping out of bounds with it is Bazarek, short of the first down. I think he was surprised when he turned around and saw how wide open he was. He wanted to run it upfield, but that foot stepped out of bounds inside the 35 of North Park. Put him down at the 34. So a gain of 21 on the play will bring up a 2nd down and 4. Stops the clock with 1:12 remaining here in the half. Stricker in motion to the far side. Bazarek and Jones lined up near side with Bazarek in a slot. Suchecki going to throw, going to swing it out to McGarry. McGarry gets a nice block from Trussell. Tries to run his way in outside and was tracked down immediately by Latuli, the Mike backer that time. Carthage will take their first time out here, stopping play with 63 seconds to go here in this first half. It's a good call there. Wanted to dump it off here out of the backfield to McGarry, let him make a play in space. Trussell did a nice job with the block on Housen here on the near side, but not enough red shirts out there to ward off the tackle. Illinois Wesleyan has increased its lead now over Milliken, 10-0 in the second quarter down in Bloomington. Again, you would think a win today by Illinois Wesleyan, they would finish in a first-place tie with North Central. North Central having little trouble with Elmhurst today. Last report, they were up 28-0. So North Central and Wesleyan would be tied with identical 7-1 marks in the league, but North Central's victory over Illinois Wesleyan would give them the automatic bid into the football playoffs next weekend. Suchecki on the run right side, going to throw right, high throw, caught by Stricker, and Stricker down inbounds across the first down marker at the 28-yard line. Clock will stop while they reset the chains. Stricker, his second catch this afternoon. Just ran it straight down the numerals, then turned and looked for the football. Was brought down by DeFecchio, the safety. Again, they throw it out that far side, incomplete. Stricker not able to keep his feet in bounds.
Second down and 10 from the 28.
So it brings up a 2nd and 10 from the Viking 28-yard line. 41 seconds to play here in this first half. French, Bazarek, and Stricker lined up here to the left side. Jones, single receiver to the right, with McGarry the single back. Suchecki gets the snap. Going to throw it out right side. Diving grab by Manny Jones. Oh, they say he was out of bounds. Oh, I thought he kept his feet in. I'd like to see that one again. It looked like he got a foot down inside the 20-yard line. Take a look at our replay here. It was a snap off to the left. Suchecki had a, oh yeah, he got a knee in before he went out of bounds. That should have been a completed catch. Oh. 3rd down and 10, 36 seconds to go. Again, French, Bazarek, and Stricker here to the near side. Suchecki being flushed out of the pocket, gonna have to throw it into the turf, incomplete. He was out of the tackle box, got it across the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 4th down. See what the Redmen are going to do here. Try a field goal here. With 32 seconds to play, it'll be Lance Unland, who is 5 for 5 this season. This will be a 45-yard attempt from the right hash mark. Very little wind. If anything, going to affect this ball from left to right. It'll be from the right hash mark, 35-yard line, a 45-yard attempt. High snap. They get it down. The kick is going to be low and short. No good. Again, it was a high snap.
27 seconds to go in the first half. It's the Redmen 14. North Park.
And so, unfortunately, the Redmen unable to come away with points. It's been a problem this year on special teams. The long snapping with the loss of Godlewski to injury. Sean Wells is back there doing it. That one went high. Messino did his best to get it ball down, but Unland's kick falls short. Unland, his first miss this year. He's now 5 of 6 on the season. North Park will take over at their own 29-yard line with 27 seconds to go here in this first half. Waiting to get a fresh football in there. Officially at the 28 with 27 seconds to play. Borsch will dip in under center. And he will take a knee to end this first half. Carthage with a couple of touchdowns here in this first half. A rushing touchdown from Jamel Davis. A receiving touchdown from Manny Jones. And they will take a 14-0 lead into the locker room here at halftime. 14-0 Redmen over North Park. We'll pause and take a 2-minute break. This is Carthage College football on Kenosha's radio station, AM 1050 WLIP.
Ladies and gentlemen, drawing your attention to midfield. For the Carthage Junior Red Hot.
Carthage College football on AM 1050 WLIP and WLIP.com, brought to you in part by Anastos Motors, home of the 3-day buyback guarantee, and by Triangle Flooring, Furniture and Appliance Center, Highway 50 and 39th Avenue of Kenosha. Lou Perini's Gas and Groceries, now offering home delivery and special cash prices on gas. Sheridan Road, 1 block north of 52nd Street. Lynch Chevrolet of Kenosha, that's east of I-94 and Highway 50. Nobody sells for less than Lynch. S.J. Crystal's Menswear. For the finest in men's fashions, it's S.J. Crystal's on the corner of 57th Street and 6th Avenue in beautiful downtown Kenosha. By Mason's Eatery and Pub on Highway 50 just west of Green Bay Road. Don't be a chain eater, eat at Mason's. Dave's American Discount Muffler, honest and dependable service on Sheridan Road, Kenosha. By Something Different, a sports fan's fantasy land, downtown Kenosha. Wingstop of Kenosha on Highway 50, they are the wing experts. Coliseum Games, southeastern Wisconsin's premier game store, 60th Avenue and 75th Street, Kenosha. Ruffalo's 2 Pizzeria and Family Restaurant on 45th Street, west of 39th Avenue. And by Kenosha Nissan, KenoshaNissan.com. The Red Hots getting some help out there today by the coaches' kids. Saw a few of them out there. They did a fantastic job out there for the Red Hots. And tell you what, we got to get that on Huddle, I think. We got to get that out there. Evaluate Dustin Haas and his children out there and figure out how well did they do. Anyways, the Redmen lead it here by a score of 14-0 here at the half, as Carthage getting on the board first on their second drive. It was kept alive by a roughing the punter call. That allowed the Redmen to continue their 10th play, 66-yard drive. And on 4th down, Suchecki dropping back, able to sling a pass out to Manny Jones, made a diving grab at the goal line in front of 2 defenders, able to haul that one in, a 29-yard touchdown pass. It was 7-0 Redmen. That was the first 4th down conversion by Carthage this season. Carthage then added a touchdown early in the second quarter as they were facing a second down, or 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. They handed off to Jamel Davis, and Davis ran it right up the middle, capping off an 8-play, 60-yard drive. That made it 14-0. And the Redmen got a couple of takeaways in that ball game. Amani Dennis with an interception. That coming late in the first quarter. And then a hit from behind as quarterback Borsch was hit from behind by Gansky, and then Eric Freeman picked up the loose ball, ran it in the end zone. Would have been a 70-yard scoop and score, but an inadvertent whistle by the referee, Mike Smith, blew that play dead. Carthage was able to keep possession, but they were unable to convert on that drive. As we take a look at the statistics in that first half, Redmond with 177 yards in total offense in that first half, and North Park with only 53 total yards. They have more penalty yardage than they do total yards in this ball game so far. North Park negative 21 on the ground and 74 in the air. Carthage 97 on the ground, 80 in the air for the Redmen. Leading ground gainer for Carthage was Jamel Davis. Davis 8 carries, 46 yards and a touchdown. His longest run, the 18-yard touchdown run. Bobby Suchecki 2 carries for 22. Lafayette McGarry 5 for 17. Suchecki on the afternoon 6 of 13 for 76 yards and a touchdown. That was the 29-yard strike to Manny Jones. Jones 2 receptions for 39 yards. Sean Wells 2 for 14. Bazarek 1 for 21. Javone Stricker 1 catch for 8 yards on the day. On the defense, it's Pete Laughlin, credited with 4 tackles, 2 sacks. It was his hit that stripped the football of Borsch that allowed Freeman to pick up that loose football. Laughlin also with 2.5 tackle for losses today in what will be his final game as a senior for the Redmen. So Redmen 177 yards of offense for North Park, 53 yards in that first half. And Grant Borsch 7 of 16 for 74 yards. In interception, he was sacked 3 times. He also coughed one up on a fumble. Running the football, Dorzinski 1 carry for 7 yards. Mayagoa 1 for 2. John Wilkinson 3 carries for 1 yard. Josh Rito 4 receptions for 60 yards. Sean Burke 2 for 13. Kupachati just 1 catch for 1 yard in that first half for North Park. Time of possession favoring the Redmen, just barely, almost 16 minutes of possession time to 14 minutes for North Park. Third down conversions, neither team getting it done on money down. North Park 2 of 7, Carthage 2 of 7. The Redmen 1 for 1 on 4th down conversions, their first 4th down conversion of the year. Penalties, Carthage whistled 7 times for 88 yards in penalties. North Park 6 for 58 yards in penalties. And your score here at the half, 14-0, the Redmen on top of North Park. We'll pause, take a 60 break. When we come back, we'll visit the scores from around the CCIW on this final weekend of the regular season. We'll do that after this on AM 1050 WLIP. John Weiser back with you at Art Keller Field in Kenosha. 14-0 Redmond lead at North Park here in week 11 of the college football season, the 10th game and final game for both these teams here today. One team that's going to go on and play some additional football will be the North Central Cardinals, as they're taking on Elmhurst this afternoon. That game at the half. Cardinals lead the Blue Jays 35-0 at the end of one half. Austin Bruning today, 17 carries for 119 yards and 4 touchdowns. That's 9 touchdowns in the last 2 ball games for your Art Keller Offensive Player of the Year in the CCIW. That will be Austin Bruning, as they roll up 35 points en route to a 35-0 lead over Elmhurst. Illinois Wesleyan shutting out Milliken 24-0. That game down in Bloomington. Milliken needing a win today to finish in 3rd place, and not appearing that they will get that done here today. Illinois Wesleyan needing the win to share the conference crown with North Central. The Cardinals would get the automatic bid by virtue of their victory over Illinois Wesleyan this year. And approaching halftime in Waukesha, Wheaton leading the Pioneers of Carroll 38-0. That game approaching halftime in Waukesha. Elsewhere in Division III, in this final weekend of football, some games of note going on across the Midwest. Later on this afternoon, actually just getting underway, is Stout up in Menominee, Wisconsin, hosting number 3 UW Oshkosh. That game just getting underway in Menominee, Wisconsin, up in the North Woods. UW La Crosse taking on UW River Falls this afternoon. Also, UW Whitewater leading UW Eau Claire at the half, 23-0, the score in that one. Whitewater creeping back into the top 25 this week by D3Football.com, in at number 23 this week. In the Big Ten this afternoon, that has now gone final in Columbus. Ohio State 48, Michigan State 3. So the Buckeyes rebound from that drubbing at Iowa last week as they hand the Spartans a 48-3 stomping in Columbus today. Indiana is about to knock off Illinois. That game late in the 4th quarter. The Hoosiers lead the Illini 24-14. Minnesota defeated Nebraska 54-21. And Mike Riley really feeling the heat now. I got to believe he is going to be looking for work at the end of the year. Number 14, Penn State defeated Rutgers today 35-6. Games just getting set to get underway. It'll be Wisconsin hosting Iowa in Camp Randall this afternoon, as the 8th-ranked Badgers take on the 20th-ranked Hawkeyes. And Michigan is in the D.C. area taking on Maryland this afternoon. And later on tonight in Evanston, it'll be Northwestern hosting the Purdue Boilermakers. this afternoon, or I should say later on this afternoon. Got college volleyball as the Carthage Lady Reds came back to win a 5-set match over Illinois Wesleyan to earn a spot in the NCAA Regional Championship going on in Bloomington. That'll be tonight at 7 o'clock. They will take on Kelvin College. So best of luck to Leanne Ulmer and the women's volleyball program as they are in the regional finals as they took a 5-set match over the homestanding Illinois Wesleyan Titans last night. A close match, two great teams battling it out, and this is the 12th straight match won by Ulmer's Lady Reds, and they're now 27-8 as Illinois Wesleyan season comes to an end at 23-8. As Rachel Kiston finished with a match high and career high 20 kills. He was joined by Shannon Kibieski, Kibasek, I should say, Megan Byrne and Megan Fallert to lead the Carthage offense with 15 kills, 12 kills, and 10 kills respectively. Ellie LeCount dished out 53 assists in that 5-game match. So again, congratulations to the Carthage Lady Red volleyball team as they will take on Calvin tonight in the regional championship in a bid into the NCAA championships next weekend. So best of luck to the volleyball program. And Ulmer getting a team peaking at the right time this weekend at the regional championships going on down in Bloomington. Again, a reminder, we've got basketball for you next weekend as the Redmond basketball schedule opens up with the Carthage Classic next weekend, Friday and Saturday, right here at Tarble Arena on the campus of Carthage College. In game 1 of that Classic, it'll be Great Lakes College taking on Lake Forest College. That's a 6 o'clock tip. The Redmen will take to the floor for the first time this year at 8 o'clock Friday night, and we will have the broadcast for you here on 1050 WLIP beginning at 7:45. It'll be the Redmen and the Regents from Rockford University in the matchup. And then the winners of the two games Friday night will face off in the championship game at 4, the consolation game at 2, all games played right here at the Tarble Arena here at Carthage College. Again, tickets will be sold at the door, $6 for adults, $3 for kids and senior citizens. An opportunity for you to see the debut of the 2017-2018 Carthage Redmond basketball team. They just finished up a couple of scrimmages here over the last 2 weeks, knocking off Illinois or Benedictine University in the first scrimmage a week ago Thursday, and then last night splitting the two halves with Aurora University here at the Tarble Arena, and looking pretty good. Redmond looking very, very well. Need to strengthen up the guard play just a little bit, particularly on the point, but the kid Perry, the 7-footer, looking good. He's shed some weight, gains a little bit of upper body strength. He will be a factor this year. Of course, the Redmen predicted for 3rd in the CCIW men's coaches poll. Lady Reds, we'll get our first look at the Lady Reds a week from Tuesday. It'll be the 21st when they take on the Cohawks of Coe College down in Cedar Rapids. We'll have that game for you. That'll be a 3 o'clock Tuesday afternoon matchup. Tuesday before Thanksgiving. It'll be our first Lady Reds broadcast of the year. So an opportunity to follow the Lady Reds and Redmen all season long right here on 1050 WLIP and WLIP.com. The coaches are going to be on beginning next week. Bosco on and Tim Bernero on Thursdays. Bosco on Fridays with Bill Lawrence and the Wake Up Crew on your morning show here on 1050 WLIP. Great to bring you basketball once again this season on this great station and across the web here at WLIP.com. Also have video stream of all the home games as well, so an opportunity to check in on Redmond and Lady Reds basketball this year. 14-0 Carthage on top of North Park. Teams making their way out onto the field here for the start of the second half. We'll have the third quarter for you coming up next right here on AM 1050 WLIP. This is the final weekend of the regular season across Division III football. The playoffs will begin next weekend. Selection Sunday tomorrow. The selection show for the 32-team field. And we'll have that announcement tomorrow. And based on the scores we have here at halftime, North Central pounding Elmhurst and Illinois Wesleyan defeating Milliken, or at least leading Milliken in the second half. It would appear we're going to get two teams in here as we look at the standings of the CCIW. North Central and Illinois Wesleyan each at 6-1 coming into play today, looking to finish off 9-1 seasons. Milliken sitting at 5-2, Wheaton at 5-2, Carthage 4-3. So as we said, this would be important because technically with a win today by the Redmen and a loss by Milliken, with our victory over Milliken, the Redmen would technically be the third place finisher in the CCIW this year. We have Elmhurst and North Park each at 2-5, Carroll at 1-6. Augustana, their season ending last week, they've wrapped up their 10-game schedule. They finish at 1-9, their worst record in well over 20-25 years of football here for this program. Might even be longer than that, based on the type of teams Bob Reed had back in the late 70s all the way through the 80s. And the Augustana Vikings trying to figure out their identity as a football team going into next season. 14-0 Redmond. The Redmond will get the football to begin this second half. It's been a cloudy day here in Kenosha. The lights have been on since opening kickoff. A little breeze out of the southeast. Temperatures in the 30s here. We had snow here yesterday here at Carthage. About a ½ inch to 3/4 inch of snow. Enough to stay on the ground and foul up the parking lots at the end of the day yesterday. Expecting some mixed precipitation to move into southeast Wisconsin overnight tonight and into the early stages tomorrow. But, seems just like yesterday we were in Rock Island and the kickoff temperature was 90 degrees. And the Redmen will get the football to begin this second half. This will be Noah Reich who does the kickoffs here for North Park. Left-footed kicker. Gets this one away. Bazarek will take at his own 11. Up the near side, 15-20. Across the 25, breaks a tackle to the 30-yard line. Spinning forward out to the 34-yard line. 34-yard return. Just shy of the 35-yard line is Bazarek. So Carthage, good field position here to begin this second half, leading 14-0. Kyle Freiberg out with the concussion this week, so it'll be Bobby Suchecki again getting the action here. 6 of 13 for 76 yards in that first half. Through the 1 touchdown pass, the 29-yarder to Manny Jones. He'll work in under center here. Blotkamp is your fullback, Davis the tailback, and it's Davis with the call, trying to get around the right side. Davis gets across the line of scrimmage to the 36-yard line, where he is wrapped up immediately there. Matt DeFecchio and Dalton McKay out on that right side, the left side of the defense. The right side of the offense is able to make that stop. Second down and 10 here for Carthage. Suchecki will work from the pistol. Davis off his left hip. Jones and Bazarek lined up here the near side, with Jones now in a little bit of a shuffle motion toward the near hash mark. Play action fake to Davis. Suchecki stepping up, wants to throw, going over the middle, looking for Jones. Jones goes up with it, can't come down with it. It's deflected and intercepted. Picked off by Andrew Mahule. Mahule still on his feet. Penalty marker down as Mahule takes it out to the 36-yard line of the Vikings. A deflection interception that time, as the ball and defender both got there at the same time. It deflected off the shoulder of Jones, right into the hands of Mahule, who makes the interception. There is a penalty marker on the play.
Holding, intercepting team, number 22, during the return. 10-yard penalty, North Park's ball, 1st and 10.
So 10 yards from the spot, Dalton McKay, the guilty party. Watching the replay, it was pass deflected off of Jones and DeFecchio, who was defending, and it was picked off in midair by Mahule. And then on the play, it was Dalton McKay, the cornerback, that made the interception, or made the holding call there, taking the football back to the 26-yard line. Be the keeper here by the quarterback, Maugoa. Brought down by Pete Laughlin. Short gain of about 2, maybe 3 yards on the play. Defensively for the Redmen, it'll be Benke, Freeman, Fry, and Laughlin up front. Trost, Gansky, and Garner, the linebackers. Rogalski, Bumba, Dennis, and Calvert, your secondary for the Redmen. First turnover of the day by the Redmen offense. 2nd down 8 now for North Park. And again, it's Maugoa who is in there at quarterback. Sends a man in motion far side, Dorzinski. Hands it off to Dorzinski. Dorzinski met right at the line of scrimmage and driven down inside the 30-yard line at the 28. Looked like Emmett Trost was in there. Gain of 2 on the play, forward progress. They will give him a pickup of 2 out to the 30-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd and 6 now for North Park. Now Grant Borsch, the freshman quarterback, back in there. 7 of 16 this afternoon, 74 yards, 1 interception, and 1 fumble today. He was sacked 3 times in that first half. Wilkinson, the single back, as Borsch takes the snap, drifts to his right, throws on the run. Ball in the air near side and broken up, out of bounds, incomplete. Monty Dennis got a hand in there as he knocked it away from Josh Rito. And the two have words as they break it up on the near sideline. So sudden change off the interception. Redmond defense able to respond, forcing a 3 and out. Santillan on to kick now. 3 punts in that first half, 30.7-yard average. Gets a good snap, strong rush, gets it away. High knuckling punt that will bounce and roll down the sideline. Didn't get out of bounds, took a favorable bounce for North Park and rolled dead at the Carthage 27-yard line. 53-yard punt by Santillan, and so it'll be Carthage ball at their own 27-yard line. 12:07 to go here in this third quarter. Carthage leading 14-0. Today's game brought to you in part by Anastos Motors. Check out their inventory at anastosmotors.com. So 1st and 10, Redmond at their own 27-yard line. Chase Blotkamp, the fullback, in there now. Wells, the tight end, rolls to the left side. Blotkamp offset to the left with McGeary, the tailback. Stricker in motion. The give will be to McGeary. Picks his way over the middle across the 30 to the 31-yard line. I think Delfecchio got him again down by the ankles along with Goulet. A lot of things going on. A lot of eye deception on the Redmond offense, courtesy of Kyle Rooker, the offensive coordinator. Will drag that man in motion just as the snap is being made. Good eye discipline you need to have as a defender here of this Carthage offense. This will be Cameron James running the option. He's going to pitch it back. It's a forward pitch, and it goes out of bounds. They'll take a favorable roll here and roll out of bounds. They'll rule that a fumble on the pitch by James, looking for McGarry, and it goes out of bounds at the 33-yard line. Officials are going to talk about it here. Was it a pitch or a pass? I'm going to rule it an incomplete pass.
Ruling on the field, this pitch was forward, therefore incomplete pass. 3rd down.
So it'll be ruled an incomplete pass. We'll set up a 3rd down and 6 for the Redmen. Carthage 2 for 7 on 3rd downs today. Reset the play clock here. So Suchecki facing a 3rd and 6 from his own 31-yard line. Blotkamp, the fullback, lined up in a wing to the right side. Patton and French split out here the near side. Suchecki wanting to throw, penalty marker thrown. He'll get it away, incomplete into the North Park bench area on the west sideline with a flag down for a hold.
Penalty marker on the play.
Rate this is going, we'll get out of here around 6:30 tonight.
Holding. Offense, number 78. That penalty is declined. Result of the play, 4th down.
North Park will decline the hold on freshman Ben Bingham, the right guard. Candry coming on to kick. You'll recall Candry tried to run a sprint out to the right side and got drilled on his last punt attempt. He's back in there now. 10 men on the line of scrimmage here for North Park. Good snap, gets it away, an end-over-end kick. It will bounce, taken on the run by Mahule. He is wrapped up immediately on the play by the Redmen. It was Gansky getting down there, senior out of New Berlin Eisenhower. His alma mater, the Lions, knocking off Whitefish Bay last night in a Division III semifinal. So the New Berlin Eisenhower Lions headed to the Camp Randall for the Division III title game. This will be North Park ball at their own 44-yard line. 11 minutes to go here in this 3rd quarter. Carthage leading 14-0.
Come on, defense!
Like a man in motion near side. With it is that man in motion, Matt Myers, and Myers trying to sprint around the left side, brought down by Emmett Trost. Just across the line of scrimmage for a gain of 2. Running a lot of that jet sweep type of material out of that wide receiver package for North Park. That's been the extent of their running game today. -15 running the football today for North Park. That's complemented of a couple of 3 sacks to be exact. Borsch now on 2nd and long. Going to step in, throw left side, ball in the air, and it is caught. Was he in bounds? No signal from the officials. One official saying he was out, the other says he's in. Still conversing over this. They're going to rule it a completed pass at the Carthage 34-yard line. Looked like Bumba was over there in coverage. Tough to tell on that angle as Bumba got there just as the ball did. I think he got his left foot down in bounds at the 34-yard line. It'll go as a completed pass. 20-yard pickup for the Vikings to the Redmond 34, 1st and 10 North Park. 9:55 to play here in the 3rd with the Redmond leading 14-0. Carthage showing blitz here on 1st down. They will hand it off, fumble on the exchange, ball's on the turf. They dive for it. I think the Redmen came up with it. Might have been Chantrell Garner who picked it up. It is Garner who has the football. Chantrell Garner with a fumble recovery, 2nd fumble of the afternoon by the North Park quarterback. Just a fumble on the exchange. Malgoa trying to hand that ball off to the freshman running back. That was Jeremiah Madden out of Kenosha St. Joe. They could not connect, and Chantrell Garner comes away with the recovery. 3rd takeaway by the Redmond defense this afternoon. So Carthage ball at their own 37-yard line. Patton lined up in a slot here to the near side. One of the receivers for Carthage. Blotkamp, the fullback, rolling over to his left. They'll run to Jamel Davis on a sweep here near side. The North Park defense not fooled. Mayava, Sean Mayava, the senior, leading tackler in the CCIW, able to make the tackle for a loss back at the Carthage 32-yard line. A loss of 6 on the play. So 2nd and 16. Suchecki play fake with some time. Delivers the ball, has Bazarek open across midfield. Bazarek to the 30, Bazarek to the 20, to the 10, and brought down from behind. Chased down by David Simmons inside the 10-yard line. Bazarek snuck his way out here on the near side. He was lined up in a slot left, just curled to the sideline, got behind the linebackers. Nobody out there in coverage in the secondary, and then got chased down from behind by Simmons. It'll be 1st and goal, Redmond at the 8-yard line. 60 yards on the completion from Suchecki to Bazarek. Wildcat here look now. Davis is going to take the direct snap. Jamel Davis trying to run it up the left side. Davis inside the 5 and wrestled down near the 3-yard line. A penalty marker into the pile and a second marker after the play. Maiava with the stop. Davis taking the direct snap in a Wildcat look, trying to run it up the left side. Penalty marker was thrown in near the tackle. They may be flagging Blotkamp here for a hold. Is that what they're talking about, perhaps? And another flag away from the play, adding to this discussion.
There are fouls by both teams on the play. During the play, holding. Offense number 49. 10-yard penalty from the spot and a foul. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense, number 33. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic. First down.
Quinton Vos guilty of the personal foul penalty after the play. Got Blotkamp for a hold. I'm still trying to figure out what he did that warranted the flag. So they'll walk off the 10 yards, holding against the Redmen. Then after the play, the dead ball foul, that will get spotted now, half the distance to the goal. We'll move the football inside the 10 back to the 8-yard line. And it'll be a 1st and goal situation here once again for the Redmen. Eddie Miklish now out there as a wide receiver, along with Stricker split out to the right sides. Suchecki back in, offset eye, the fullback Blotkamp offset to the left with Davis the tailback. 1st and goal, Redmond at the 8. Stricker in motion. It'll be Davis. Davis inside the 5, keeping his feet down to the 2-yard line. Jamel Davis pounding that one over the left side. Gets it down inside the 2, gain of about 7. Timeout on the play for an injured North Park player, and it might be Maiava. He is the player down. Gonna need some assistance here, some sort of a lower body injury here. Sure if he rolled an ankle or looks like they're working on the lower part of the leg. Again, the leading tackler in the CCIW coming into play today with 102 tackles. He's going to need some help getting off the field. Maiava, 6'2", 260 or 235 as senior. America Samoa, part of that recruiting trip every year that Mike Conway in 5 years as head coach has made down there to Pago Pago and that area down there, recruiting kids into the Chicago area. So this will be 2nd and goal now for the Redmen inside the 2-yard line. Suchecki working from the pistol. Give it to Davis. Davis to the 1. Davis getting it down to the 1-yard line. Got tripped up as he made his way across the line of scrimmage. They'll set up a 3rd and goal now for the Redmen at the 1-yard line. Carthage 2 for 8 on 3rd downs today. Jones will split out here the near side. They'll go Wildcat again. Suchecki along with Bazarek split out to the right side. Davis will take the direct snap. It'll be Davis. Davis lowers his shoulder to the goal line. Touchdown, Carthage. Late signal by the official here on the near side, but it is a touchdown. 2nd touchdown of the afternoon for Jamel Davis. Davis now with 9 touchdowns on the year, and Unland on to attempt the extra point. Messino on the hold, Wells on the snap. High snap, Messino gets it down, the kick is up and through. 21-0 Carthage, 7:09 to play in the 3rd, we'll step out. 21-0 Redmen over the Vikings. You're listening to Carthage football on AM 1050 WLIP. Five-play, 60-yard drive for the Redmen, capped off by the 1-yard touchdown run by Jamel Davis. The kickoff by Unland goes out of bounds short of the goal line. So we'll move the football out to the 35-yard line. That's where North Park will take over with the kickoff going out of bounds. 5 plays, 62 yards in just under 3 minutes for the Redmen. Jamel Davis, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. 21-0 Carthage. 7:09 to go here in the 3rd. Grant Borsch, 5'10", 180-pound freshman quarterback for North Park. Will take the snap. He will hand it off. This is Wilkinson trying to come around the left side. He's got nothing there. A lot of red shirts there, led by Emmett Trost and Chantrell Garner. 2 of the 4 Redmond players draped all over Wilkinson on that carry. A loss of 5 back to the 30-yard line will bring up a 2nd and 15. North Park today has rushed for negative 19 yards. Make that negative 24 now with that 5-yard loss. 2nd and 15. Borsch rolling right, throwing right, ball in the air, thrown too long, incomplete. Looked here to the near side. Malik Powell, the sophomore out of Hollywood, Florida, the intended target. Monty Dennis with a pick already today on coverage for the Redmen. So quickly 3rd and long now for North Park at their own 31-yard line. Vikings 2 for 8 on 3rd down efficiency today. Borsch working from the pistol. Wants to throw here on 3rd and 14. Tries to settle in the middle that time, intended for Sid Smith IV, but he dropped it incomplete. The sophomore with only 3 receptions this year. Would have had a 4th one, but did not look it in. Brings up 4th down. Alexis Santalan will come on to punt here. Bazaric inside his own 35-yard line. Good snap, strong rush by the Redmen. He just got it away. Bazaric will let it bounce. Ball is loose. They will scoop it up and they'll rule it down at the 22-yard line. Awfully close to hitting the back leg of one of the Redmen players out there. Bazaric ran up to signal it. Let's see now. Whose ball are they going to rule it here? They said North Park. They signaled North Park ball. Did they say it did hit a Redmen player? It was a muff punt. They can't advance it. It should be North Park ball here. Let's see. Watching the replay here.
Ball was touched by the member of the receiving team. Covered by North Park right here. 1st and 10 for North Park.
So North Park will get it. That ball deflected off of, I think, Rogalski, I think, was on special teams there. And deflected off of him, and it was touched by North Park. They whistled him down at the Carthage 21-yard line. So North Park ball at the Carthage 21. After that punt went off the back leg of the Carthage defender. Bazaric was running up to make a fair catch signal. So the Vikings with some life here, trying to get that 0 off the scoreboard. Borsch throwing over the middle, completes the pass near side. With it here, the near side, inside the 10, 5, and in for the touchdown. Norm Kupachati with only his 2nd reception of the day, this one from 21 yards out. And the Vikings are on the board, trailing now 21-6. Just a simple dump over the middle, and the chase was on. It was in front of Amani Dennis, and then at the goal line, trying to take him down, I believe was Rogalski here, but it was A.J. Jeffries on special teams that had the ball deflect off his leg, allowing North Park to extend this drive and get the touchdown score. 21-6, extra point pending here. So they take advantage of the Redmen turnover and get 6. The attempt for the extra point is up, and it is no good, wide to the left. 6:02 to play here in the 3rd. Will step out. Redmen lead, cut to 21-6 here on AM 1050 WLIP.
White to kick off. Yes, sir.
21-yard scoring drive. Kupachati catching that pass. Onside kick recovered by North Park. The surprise onside as recovering that onside kick, Malule. Now, did it go 10 yards? Officials talking it over. So Mahule recovering the onside kick. Did go the required distance. Mahule fell on it right in front of the Redmond player. So North Park back on offense, trailing 21-6 with 5:52 to go here in this third quarter. So a little bit of life by the Chicago Vikings here. 4-receiver look, 2x2 here for Borsch. The freshman drops back, looks to throw, completes over the middle. Kupachati with the catch down to the Redmond 44-yard line before he is wrapped up there by Chantrell Garner. The throwing deep, they're just trying to take over the middle. Carthage dropping 2 safeties deep. So a gain of 7 on the play, make it 8. Second down and 2. Kupachati with his second straight catch here. Kupachati had only 1 catch for 1 yard in that first half. He's the leading receiver coming into the game here today with 24. Carthage showing blitz on the edges here. Try the end around again this time with Hunter Hinkle, and Hinkle diving near the first down stick appears to have it. See where they mark that football just enough by the nose of the football for the first down. Brought down again on the play by Chantrell Garner, chased him down from behind. So Vikings now. A first down at the Carthage 42-yard line. Grant Borsch threw for 201 yards last week in the win over Carroll. Gonna throw again here on first down and completes the pass here to the near side. Catch is made by Corey inside the Redmond 40 to the Carthage 38-yard line. It was Trost and Dennis were both there to cover him up. Made that catch into traffic. Continues to move here under 4 minutes to play. Here in the third, Redmond lead at 21-6, but North Park with some life here. Covered muff of a punt by the Redmond, going off the back leg of a Redmond special teamer. They get the touchdown and the onside kick recovery. Borsch wants to throw again with time, pumps, delivers, ball in the air. It is intercepted. 2 Redmond players there, and it's Chantrell Garner, the senior, coming away with it on the interception at the 12-yard line. Garner with the pick. That is his 4th interception of the year. Had a forced fumble earlier in the game today. Now has a pick to go with it. Again, Borsch had time, kind of double clutched, trying to get that ball out there. Was looking for Woody Corey. And 2 defenders were there, and it was Chantrell Garner coming away with it at the 12. 1st and 10 Redmond. Jamel Davis tries the right side, now cuts back to his left. Pulled down from behind, short of the 15-yard line. Chased down from behind KJ Joseph. Pickup of only a couple for Jamel Davis. 4 Redmond takeaways today. And that was one of the important keys to the game here for Mike Yeager. Win the turnover battle today. So far it's a +3 for the Redmond. Play fake, Suchecki drops back with some time, throws it out, completes to Bazarek across the 30 and out to the 35-yard line. Late penalty marker thrown in. Bazarek with the reception, gain of 20. Matt DeFecchio brought him down with a marker on top of it. Huh. Are you kidding me? He's going to go against the Redmond again.
First and 10 after play. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Carthage bench. 15-yard penalty. First down.
Mike Yeager with the palms extended, wanting to know what it was and who it was on. It came at the end of the run after the catch, so they'll mark the 15 yards back to the 19-yard line. The 20-yard pickup will stay. So 1st and 10, Redmond now at their own 19 following the penalty. 3 receivers to the right side for Carthage. And Suchecki hands it off. Coming around the near side, McGeary. He'll get back maybe the line of scrimmage, may have lost a yard. Got flushed out that time by Mahule, who recovered that onside kick moments ago. A loss of 1 on the play, 2nd down, 11. Ball at the 18-yard line of Carthage. 2:15 to play here in the 3rd with the Redmond leading 21-6. Suchecki again working from the pistol, 2 receivers right. Wants to throw, sets up, delivers outside, throws incomplete, looking for Brett Patton, the intended receiver. He was open, ball was just thrown. Kind of back foot throw that time by Suchecki, didn't step into it. Had that front foot in the turf before he delivered that football. High and away to Patton, incomplete. 3rd down and 11 now. Ball at the 18-yard line. Patton in motion, will line up here to the left side. Suchecki wanting to throw left, shovel pass to Patton across the middle. Patton struggles back across the 15 out to the 16-yard line, and that's it. Gain of 2, bring up, or loss of 2, I should say, will bring up 4th and 13. Candry will have to punt this one from his own goal line. Mahule standing at midfield. High snap. Candry fumbles it. It's recovered in the end zone. It's loose, and North Park has it. Touchdown, Vikings. Nick Candry couldn't handle the high snap, bobbled it away. North Park falls on it on the end zone. 21-12, your score. Same thing happened down at Illinois Wesleyan 3 weeks ago. Bad snap, block punt, recovered in the end zone. This one was a high snap. Candry could not come up with it. North Park recovers in the end zone. They're in this ball game. So the unsportsmanlike penalty on the bench. They'll go for 2 here. Trying to run with it is the running back here, Dalton McKay. Again, it was a high snap. Candry got one hand on it and then just never looked it in. As they dove around for the ball, it was DeFecchio who covered it up, who got the touchdown for North Park. So 21-12 your score, so still a 2-score ball game with 1:11 to go here in the 3rd. Will the Vikings attempt another onside kick here? So it goes as a fumble by the punter, Nick Candry, recovered by DeFecchio in the end zone. Redmond with only 4 players up at the 45-yard line. Anticipating this one to be kicked away, but Noah Reich, who executed that perfect onside kick, recovered by Mahule. Just across the 45-yard line, will indeed kick this one away to Bazarek at the 10. To the 15, 20, 25, 30, breaking a tackle across the 30. Across the 35 and out of bounds there. 25-yard return by Bazarek. Good field position here for the Redmen. Good time for a nice long drive here for Carthage. Results in a score here. French and Stricker will line up as wideouts to the right side with Stricker in the slot. Davis the single back. Wells the tight end lined up here on the left side. The fullback, Blotkamp, in motion. The give is to Davis. Davis pulls his way up the middle across the 40 out to the 44-yard line.
About the 43-yard line. Donato on the stop.
Donato there on the, along with Latuli. Davis today, 14 carries. Just under 50 yards rushing today. He'll get the call again on the stretch play to the right. Davis across the 45 and angles his way out of bounds short of the first down at the 46-yard line. 25 seconds to go. They'll wind the clock down. Redmond will let this clock run out here in this third quarter. They'll face third and short when we start the fourth here on AM 1050 WLIP. Your score after 3 quarters here in Kenosha. Carthage 21, North Park 12 on your home for Redmond Athletics, Kenosha's radio station, AM 1050 WLIP.
And in the third quarter with the score, Carthage 21, North Park 12.
Third down for Carthage, 3rd and 3 from their own 46. Redmond 3 for 10 on third downs this afternoon. The give is to Davis. Davis running his way forward, going to be stopped short of the first down by about a yard. So 4th and about a yard here for the Redmen. Carthage appears to be looking to go for it here on 4th down. John Weiser with you from Keller Field in Kenosha. 21-12 your score. The key moment here for Carthage. They're up 2 scores, facing a 4th and 1, and they will go for it. 1 for 1 on 4th down conversion today. Suchecki with an empty backfield. Gets the snap, going to kick it away. A high spiraling kick. Take a bounce at the 20 and will bounce dead at the 22-yard line. So a 31-yard punt with no return. North Park at their own 23-yard line, trailing 21-12. Carthage unable to extend drives on 3rd down today. An abysmal 3 for 11 on 3rd downs, but penalties have really hurt. That penalty on that last drive, the unsportsmanlike conduct on the sideline, created that 4th down situation with the punt snap going over the head of Candry. Defense needs to rise to the occasion here. Maugoa now back in at quarterback, the freshman, to start this drive. 4-man front here for the Redmen. We'll hand it off. Coming around is Kupachati around the right side. Kupachati shoved out of bounds just across the 30-yard line. Kupachati to the 32-yard line, going to be short of the first down. Bring up a 2nd down and 1. So again, the Vikings with negative 12 yards rushing so far this afternoon. just 115 total yards today, but have 12 points. Borsch will hand it off. Brought down from behind is the running back, Wilkinson. He'll get 3 and a first down. Wilkinson, that's his first positive run today. He has 5 carries for -1 yard today. It is enough for a first down. North Park moves the sticks. 1st and 10, Vikings at their own 34-yard line. Borsch working from the pistol, wants to throw. Has some time, goes over the middle. Completes the pass, catch is made by Hinkle. Dragged back down at the 37-yard line. And Emma Trost, who's had a busy afternoon there on the stop for Carthage. Getting some help from Marquise Holman. Gain of 3, 2nd down 7 from their own 37. Vikings have turned it over 4 times today. Borsch going to come back near side. Ball is intercepted. Picked off by Connor Calvert here on the near sideline. It went in and out of Woody Corey's hand. There was a marker on the play, however, thrown by the line judge. If it is, it should be against him. Falatoi, the guilty party on the hold. The interception will stand. Connor Calvert now with his 4th interception in the last 3 ball games. Redmond will take over at the Viking 32-yard line. 2nd time today, the ball has gone through the hands of Corey into a defender. Suchecki leads the offense back out. Jones and Stricker split to the left side. Blotkamp, the fullback, in shuffle motion to the left. Play fake to McGarry. They'll throw it out to Blotkamp. Juggled and dropped, incomplete. Blotkamp makes that catch. He's got a lot of space out there in which to roam. As he turned around to make a play on the ball, lost his footing and could not gather it in. He was open. 2nd down 10 from the Viking 32. Got to capitalize here. Get some momentum back here, going the Redmond way. Hard count by Suchecki. He'll change the play. 12 on the play clock. Stricker and Jones lined up to the left side once again. Suchecki, little hitch and go. Gonna put it up, looking for Jones. Ball is in the air. Jones was bumped as they went up for the ball. No flag. He and the defender getting tangled up. Dalton McKay out there in coverage did a nice job timing his leap. He was waiting for Jones to make a play on that ball and went up with him. Good patience on the part of McKay. As he turned around looking for it, Jones looking for a flag, none coming. So quickly now a 3rd and 10 for the Redmen at the Viking 32, trying to capitalize on the Connor Calvert interception. Cameron James in now at quarterback with the shovel pitch to Wells, and Wells going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Cameron James running a bit of an option there with a little shovel pass to the tight end Wells, short of the first down. And now Carthage in a go-for mode here will go for it on 4th and 9. A little bit out of Unland's field goal range, and with all the snapping on special teams, I don't blame Mike Yeager for going for it here on 4th down. 3 receivers right, single receiver left. Suchecki got a penalty on the play, the umpire throwing a flag. This is a penalty on the Redmen. This will be their 10th of the afternoon.
Defense, number 51. with the offensive player to net. Still 4 down.
Mark Mamola, interior tackle. We're watching the replay here. It wasn't him, it was number 35, I think. It was Austin Regal who actually stepped into the neutral zone. So it'll bring up a 4th and 4 from the 26. New package of receivers in now for the Redmen. It'll be Stricker, Bazaric, and French lined up here the near side. Manny Jones lined up to the far side. Play clock down to 5 here. I think the Redmen are going to take a timeout. They will here. Timeout, Carthage, their first of the half. Stopping play with 10:59 to go. A 9-point lead for the Redmen, 21-12. Scores in the CCIW this afternoon. A couple of no-doubters. Actually, all 3 no-doubters. We take a look at them here. North Central was leading Elmhurst by a wide margin in that second half, as was Illinois Wesleyan over Milliken. We can get some scores up there. There we go, 49-7 North Central over Elmhurst, 31-6 Wesleyan on top of Milliken, and Wheaton now in the 4th in Waukesha on a guerrilla stomp on the Pioneers, 58-0. So there will be a tie for the crown in the CCIW with the automatic bid going to North Central by virtue of their win over Illinois Wesleyan earlier this season. Right now it's a 4th and 4 for the Redmen at the 26 of North Park. 3 receivers near side, French, Stricker, Bazaric. Jones single receiver left side. They go over the middle, sliding grab for the first down. Manny Jones. Jones was the single receiver on that left side, ran down the numerals inside the 20, then cut back to the middle, made a sliding grab. The drive extended. Redmen 2 for 2 on 4th down today. So a fresh set of downs at the Viking 18-yard line. 10.5 minutes to play, Redmen leading 21-12. James now will take the snap. He'll fake the handoff, read option for James down the side, and he'll be tackled for no gain. DeFecchio right down the line of scrimmage, making the stop for North Park. And Cameron James, the freshman, getting some action in here. Again, Kyle Freiberg in concussion protocol, did not clear it. Hit his head to the turf last week in the first quarter against North Central and is unavailable today. Suchecki back in there now on 2nd and 11. McGarry the single back. French, Bazaric, and Stricker lined up to the left side. Jones here to the right side, single receiver. They'll give it to McGarry, pokes his way around the left side. Inside the 15, McGarry inside the 10, down to the 9-yard line. Lafayette McGarry wanted to take that one up the middle, then bounced it to his left, got to the left hash mark and ran it down inside the 10-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and a yard now on the 10-yard run by McGarry. Need to get the ball across the 9-yard line for the first down. So 3rd and short here, Suchecki from the pistol. Jamel Davis in now as the single back. And there was a fumble on the exchange. Ball is loose. And North Park recovers. Mayaba with the football on the bad snap by the Redmen at the 10-yard line. So Carthage with 3 fumbles today. They have 2 fumble recoveries, plus 3 picks. But they have fumbled it away for the 3rd time. It'll be Viking football with 8:54 to play. Redmen up 21-12. Vikings will take over at their own 10-yard line. Grant Borsch wants to throw. Comes back over the middle, completes the pass to Hunter Hinkle at the 15-yard line. Wrapped up immediately by Jogi Bumba. Gain of about 5 on the play for North Park. So they'll mark it at the 15-yard line. Brings up 2nd and 6. Borsch again will work from the gun. 2 by 2 are the receivers. Wants to throw, comes back over the middle, caught by Kupachati. Short of the first down, though, as he made the diving catch near the 17-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and 4 here for the Vikings. Just a gain of 2 on that play. Norm Kupachati, 5'10" senior. Only 1 catch in the first half. Now has 5 here in the second half. So this will be 3rd and 3 here for North Park. 2 for 9 on 3rd downs today. Borsch rolling left, sets up, delivers, ball in the air. It is juggled and caught at the 36-yard line. 18-yard pickup and a first down on the play by Hunter Hinkle. Albert Rogalski there on the stop for the Redmen. It was a juggling catch, and Hinkle able to bring it down. 1st and 10 North Park at their own 36-yard line. Clock continues to roll here, 7:25 to play. They are down 2 scores. Grant Borsch, the freshman quarterback. Wilkinson off to his right. Fakes the handoff, wants to throw, dumps it out, completes the pass. Into the hands of number 98. I don't have a number 98 on my roster. Yansky able to make the stop. Gain of 4, so it'll be 2nd down and 6. Unfortunately, the roster I have from North Park does not provide me with a number 98. So 2nd down and 6 for the Vikings at their own 40-yard line. Clock continues to roll here, 6.5 minutes to play. Borsch sets up, fires, incomplete, looking for Hinkle on the far side in front of Connor Calvert. Ball was thrown low and incomplete. Another 3rd down. See if the Redmen can get off the field here. Third and 6 here for the Vikings. 3 for 10 on 3rd down. Redmen will rush 4 here. Pocket collapses. They try and go over the middle. Broken up, incomplete. Intended for Hinkle. Amani Dennis having a heck of a ball game today. Broke that one up for the Redmen. So 4th down and 6. Vikings will go for it. Play clock sitting at 12. Borsch looking to the far sideline. Play clock at 5. Gets the snap here on 4th down. Rushes on. Borsch is in trouble. Gets away. Throws it out and throws it away, incomplete. Flushed out of there by Cedric Fry. Also Dan Pauscher out there. But it was Fry flushing the quarterback, Borsch, on the run, forcing his retreat, had to throw it away, and the Redmen will take over on downs. Trost coming on a blitz up the middle. Borsch tried to circle back to his right. That's when Fry picked him up, chased him backwards. And the Redmen will take over on downs with 6:15 to play, leading by 9. Single back is McGarry. He will get the call, trying to work left side, and tripped up at the line of scrimmage, may have lost a yard. Andrew Mahule. I love Bosco. He's calling him Mahulet, but I know it's Mahule. Still gotta love Bosco, don't you, Greg? Come on. Loss of 1, 2nd down and 11. Wells, the tight end, rolls to the right side. Blotkamp, the fullback, lined up left side. They'll roll Suchecki to his right, throwing on the run. Caught by Patton and out of bounds. Late penalty flag. Delvecchio will be flagged for the personal foul. Patton made that catch, ran out of bounds. He was 3 steps beyond the boundary when Delvecchio pushed him to the ground. Half the distance to the goal will move this one to the 7-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal, Redmond.
Personal foul. Late hit out of bounds. Number 5 in the defense. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic. 1st down.
So Delvecchio in frustration, allowing Patton to make that catch, shoved him in the back well beyond the sideline boundary. So they'll move the ball to the 6-yard line, and it'll be 1st and goal, Redmond there. Suchecki will get them lined up. Offset eye, Blotkamp the fullback, offset to the right, now moves to his left. McGarry the single back. Suchecki working from the pistol with Patton in motion to the left, hands it off to McGarry. McGarry inside the 5, down to the 3-yard line.
McGarry inside the 5 to about the 3-yard line.
Delvecchio making the stop for North Park. Gain of 3 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and goal from the 3. Roll Wells, the tight end, over to the left side. Stricker lined up in a slot left side. Suchecki with plenty of time on the play clock. Going to change the play here. Blotkamp, the fullback, shuffle motion to the left. The give is to McGarry. McGarry following Blotkamp down to the 1. Stops short of the goal line. Hule thinks he has the football here, but McGarry was down just inside the 2-yard line. So 3rd and goal now from the 1 for the Redmond. Clock rolling, 4:10 to play. Carthage up by 9. Looking to put this one away. Again, they'll go with that direct snap. Suchecki stays in the game. He'll line up as a wide out left. Davis looking to take this snap. He will keep it. Davis pulls his way forward. Did he get in? No signal yet. He'll be stopped short of the goal line. He took off that leap just a little early, trying to leap it into the end zone. It fell short of the goal line. They will spot the ball inside the 1, 4th and goal, Redmond. Clock continues to roll here, 3.5 minutes to play. Carthage up 21-9, facing a 4th and goal inside the 1. French lined up wide near side. Suchecki and Bazarek to the left side. Davis again in Wildcat. Bazarek in motion. The give is to Davis. He'll go in for the touchdown. 3rd touchdown of the afternoon for Jamel Davis. And Carthage has wrestled back the momentum here on the Davis 1-yard touchdown run. And 2 snaps in a row in that Wildcat look, just buried it up the middle. Working behind Bingham, Barker, and Grabner. Right guard, center, and left guard. Unland on for the extra point. Wells on the snap, Messino on the hold. Good snap, ball down. Kick is on the way, and the kick is good. 28-12, Redmond, 3:10 to play. We will step out. Carthage leading 28-12 on your home for Redmond football, AM 1050 WLIP. So Carthage takes over on downs, goes 6 plays, 40 yards, the 1-yard touchdown run by Jamel Davis. This is Jeremiah Madden from St. Joe's on the return here for North Park, out across the 35-yard line where he's ushered to the boundary here to the near sideline. Kevin O'Boyle with the stop for the Redmen. So Carthage goes 6 plays following that 4th down stop, moving at 40 yards. The big play, Brett Patton's catch and out of bounds at the 15. Delfecchio's personal foul penalty for a late hit set him up 1st and goal inside the 6-yard line. And on 4th and goal from the 1, Davis, his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. North Park trails it now 28-12 with the football at their own 25-yard line. Borsch rolling right, wants to throw, delivers the ball. It is picked off on the far side. Intercepted by the Redmen and Rogalski, returning it back near side inside the 30, 25-20 to the 15, 10, 5, touchdown Carthage! Albert Rogalski, his 2nd pick 6 of the year. The junior out of Wilmot puts an exclamation point on senior day in Kenosha. Rogalski with the pick, and the pick 6. Borsch was rolling to his right. Not much pressure. Never stepped into the ball, never squared his shoulders around it, was thrown short. He was looking for Malik Powell, and Rogalski on that far side took it all the way back near side, got to the 10-yard line, and the convoy opened up. The extra point is good. 35-12 Redmen with 2:49 to play. Rogalski filling in for Virgil Young most of this season. That is his 3rd interception and 2nd pick 6 of the year. The 5'10", 170-pound junior who prepped for the Panthers out at Wilmot. And that should batten down the door here against North Park with 2:49 to play. So the Redmen getting tested here in this 2nd half. The punt that rolled off the leg of A.J. Jeffries, the freshman on special teams, that set up the Kupachati's touchdown. The onside kick recovery. And then the Candry muff of the snap at the goal line that Delfecchio fell on for the touchdown. Made it a close game, but Carthage has responded here. Madden gets it tossed by Latuli. It's loose on the turf, still on the ground. Carthage recovers. Carthage ball at the 11-yard line. Late penalty marker thrown here against the Redmen, I believe, for leaving the bench. Latuli did get it back. Boy, it looked like the Redmen had it there. There were more red shirts than white down there. I'm not sure what happened. The freshman Madden was signaling for the ball, but Latuli stepped in front of him, then said, no, you can have it. Threw it back to him. He wasn't ready for it. Latuli then put it back on the turf. Redmen were scrambling for it.
Play. North Park's ball, 1st and 10.
They'll give it to North Park. Somehow Latuli got it back. No Keystone Cop routine there. So Latuli did get it back at the 11-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, North Park there. Borsch rolling right, wants to throw, gets this one off, and it's complete out to the far sideline. Matt Myers, 6'4" freshman, his 4th ball game. That's his 6th reception of the year. Short gain of 3. It'll set up a 2nd and 7 here for North Park, stopping the clock with 2:21 to play. Borsch steps up, delivers, completes far side, sliding out of bounds with it. That is Powell. Down, lost his footing at the 18. Stayed in bounds, clock rolling under 2 minutes to play. 3rd and 4 now from their own 18 are the Vikings. Borsch throws it far side again, incomplete. Was flushed out of that pocket that time by Dan Pauscher. Got a lick on him hit him as he delivered that football. It'll bring up 4th down. 4th and 4 from the 18. Looks like the punting unit's going to come on here for North Park. Well, Bazarick will have one more chance to return a punt here. Returned one for a touchdown earlier this year. Could have had 2. Augustana returned one, fell short of the goal line. This will be a fair catch signaled for and made by Bazarick on the run at the 45-yard line of Carthage. 1:35 to play, 35-12, Redmond in front. I would expect a victory formation here for Carthage here in the late stages of this one. Albert Rogalski with the interception return. 42-yard pick 6 for Rogalski. Bobby Suchecki, the senior, in his final game, going to take a snap here in the victory formation. So senior day is especially well for the seniors here. They'll finish 7-3, first back-to-back 7-win season for the Redmen. Have to go all the way back to the mid-70s under Art Keller. Last time the Redmen posted 7 or more victories in consecutive seasons. And with the Milliken loss, it'll be Carthage officially the 3rd place team in the CCIW. Actually in a tie for 4th with Wheaton. Wheaton would be the 3rd place team, but nonetheless, a good year here for the Redmen. They'll go on to the recruiting here. Coaches will have something positive to sell on the recruiting trail here. Mike Yeager, 23 wins now as he completes his 5th full season as the head coach. Redmond will need to snap it one more time here. Stay tuned for the post game. We'll have Mike Yeager up here. We'll talk with him. Mike is also the CCIW representative on the regional board that will fill out the grid for the NCAA Division III football championship. It's all over in Kenosha. Carthage defeats North Park today, 35-12. Redmond now 7-3, 5-3 in league play. And North Park, they fall now to 3-7. And 3-5 in the CCIW. A final here today, Carthage 35, North Park 12. We'll take a 2-minute break, back with our post game right after this on AM 1050 WLIP. I'll probably do the second half scoring, John, so if you've got those queued up, that's the ones I'm going to do here. '18 Carthage College seniors go out winners here today as the Redmen defeat the North Park Vikings by a score of 35-12. Today's Carthage football game on AM 1050 WLIP and WLIP.com, brought to you in part by Anastos Motors. Schedule your next service appointment at AnastosMotors.com. By Triangle Flooring, Furniture and Appliance Center on Highway 50 and 39th Avenue, Kenosha. Lou Perini's Gas and Groceries, now offering home delivery and special cash prices on gas. That's on Sheridan Road, 1 block north of 52nd Street. By our friends at Lynch Chevrolet of Kenosha, east of I-94 and Highway 50. Nobody sells for less than Lynch. S.J. Crystal's Menswear, for the finest in men's fashion. It's always S.J. Crystal's on the corner of 57th Street and 6th Avenue in downtown Kenosha. By Mason's Eatery and Pub on Highway 50, just west of Green Bay Road. Don't be a chain eater, eat at Mason's. By Dave's American Discount Muffler, honest and dependable service on Sheridan Road in Kenosha. Something different, a sports fan's fantasy land on 6th Avenue, downtown Kenosha. Wingstop of Kenosha. They're located on Highway 50, and they are the wing experts. Coliseum Games, southeastern Wisconsin's premier game store, just east of 60th Avenue on 75th Street. By Ruffalo's 2 Pizzeria and Family Restaurant. That's on 45th Street, just west of 39th Avenue. And by Kenosha Nissan. You can check them out today at KenoshaNissan.com. Redmen pick up the win here today, 35-12, a game that was in doubt here in the second half. Carthage had a 21-0 lead at the end of the first half, but things got a little bit shaky here in this second half as Tommy Bazaric was able to get free and drive his way down inside the 10, a 40-yard pickup, and the Redmen were in business inside and inside the 10-yard line on that big play. And then they were able to run it in for the touchdown by Jamel Davis, first of 3 today by Davis. And as we take a look at we're watching some of the video highlights here, trying to help you out here. Redmond, or I should say Kupachati, got things going for North Park here in the second half as he got the first play after the Redmen had the punt roll off the leg of Jeffries and set it up at their own 21-yard line, and they were able to go in one play later on the Kupachati touchdown reception. The extra point was no good. That made it 21-6. And Carthage got an interception at the 9-yard line by Chantrell Garner. Couldn't do anything with it, and then on fourth down, a high snap to Candry, went over his head, got a hand on it, couldn't gather it in, and DeFecchio for North Park fell out in the end zone for the score. The try for 2 points was no good, and that made it a 28-12, I should say, in favor of the Redmen. But then things got better for Carthage. Connor Calvert getting an interception, and then they were able to punch it in. This is Jamel Davis running it in from 1 yard out, his third touchdown of the day. That made it 28-12 in favor of the Redmen. And then on the late here in the fourth quarter, Borsch rolling to his right, trying to throw it out to one of his receivers. The pass was picked off at the 42-yard line by Albert Rogalski, and he returned it all the way back for a pick six to put an exclamation point on this one here today as the Redmen score 14 here in the fourth quarter and pull away for a 35-12 victory over North Park, their third straight over North Park in this series that dates back to the 1961. Redmen now 48-8-1 in the all-time series, and with the win, the Redmen now move themselves up the scale here a little bit at 5-3 on the year. Wheaton with their win goes to 6-2. Milliken with the loss falls to 5-3. So Carthage will get the fourth place finish in the CCIW this year at 5-3, 7-3 overall. North Park falls to 2-6 and 3-7 on the season. As we get a look at the updated standings now, Wesleyan and North Central, your co-champions of the CCIW. The Cardinals get the automatic bid by virtue of their victory over Illinois Wesleyan earlier this year. Wesleyan will have to wait it out for 24 hours. The committees will get together and announce the 32-team field tomorrow afternoon, late tomorrow afternoon, for next weekend's first round of the NCAA Division III playoffs. But your standings, your final standings this year, Wesleyan and North Central share the crown. Wheaton at 6-2, Carthage and Milliken at 5-3. Carthage getting the fourth place finish by virtue of their win over Milliken. Elmhurst and North Park finish tied at 2-6, and Carroll and Augustana share the bottom, each at 1-7. So we took a look at some of the final numbers here today for the Redmen team-wise. Carthage with 277 yards of offense, balanced attack, 102 on the ground, 175 in the air. For North Park, they finished the day with negative 10 yards rushing, 165 in the air for a total of 155 yards of offense. Penalties, the big stat here, each team with a dose of penalties today combined for 19 flags, 9 by the Redmen, 10 by North Park. And neither team doing much on third down today. North Park 3 of 12, Carthage 3 for 15. Individually for the Redmen, we'll get to those in just a moment. We'll let Mike Yeager slide in here and warm up a little bit, as it was a cold day on the sideline, but got to feel good about this one here, Mike. Game that was in doubt here late, but your team found a way to pull away, and I know you're shaking your head going, well, it's a win.
Yeah, no, we played inconsistent today, but well enough to get the victory, so good. Happy for these seniors to go out in victory and get to 7-3 on the year.
Yeah, it was important today, I think, to come out and finish strong, as they like to say, and put a stamp on this season and say, hey, 7-3, back-to-back 7-win seasons. That hasn't happened around here for a long time, and be able to do that here today.
Yeah, no, I think our guys were excited. They wanted to get to 7 wins, and that was important to them. And you know, different this year than last year. You know, I think last year we were excited to get to 7-3, and this year we're disappointed to be sitting at 7-3. See, that's a good thing. You know, to me, that's a progression of the program and raising the bar, raising the standard. You know, we've got to have a great offseason so we can take that next step next year. But today was more about these seniors and going out on a winning note, and really proud of these guys in this group. And just told them in the locker room, this group was recruited off a 1-9 football team with, you know, not a lot of wins, not a lot of victories, and just a hope and faith and belief that we were going to be good. And those guys kind of transformed this entire program.
You talk about that faith and belief in the coaching staff, and that they bought in right away with what you and your coaches have been selling here, and they took it to heart, and they turned it around. The trust factor was there for this entire senior group and the younger guys here.
Yeah, no, I would say all these seniors, you know, some of them played, a lot of them played earlier in their career, some didn't, but they stuck with it, they worked hard, and, you know, hopefully they feel it was a great decision to come to Carthage.
Well, certainly today, a lot of things to talk about here. Bobby Suchecki, not a bad day today, 10 of 22 for 170 yards. And you got Manny Jones, array of receivers getting their hands on the ball, so he spread that out here today.
No, I think Bobby did a great job. Excited for him that he gets a start in his last game and to get a victory. And he's some games younger when he was younger. You know, he's never complained. He's just worked hard. He's found a role, whatever that may be. He's become a great leader of our team, and excited for him to go out here with a victory today. And then the receivers, I thought, did a nice job today. You know, Manny Jones continues to get better and better, and you know, has lessened the blow of losing to James Cobbs. You're never going to completely take that away, but he's done a great job for us.
I was going to say that, you know, leadership is about not necessarily what you do on the field, it's how you conduct yourself off the field. In Bobby's case, I mean, here's a guy, as you said, started some games his sophomore year, started the final 5 games of his sophomore year, didn't see much action in his junior year, gave way to Freiburg in last year and came in spots this year, but conducted himself as if he was part of this team and was going to find a role for himself and be a leader.
Yeah, no, like I said, he never complained. He just kept working, and you know, like I said, we found a little package for him this year, and he's done a great job. And heck, he was highly efficient as a quarterback in his package, throwing a lot of touchdowns this year. And like I said, excited for him, and excited, you know, excited that he was a part of our program.
Boy, where did all these interceptions come from your secondary this year? You had 4 more picks again today, a pick 6 for Rogalski. Happy for him, filling in for Virgil Young most of this season and doing well at that corner, and another pick 6, his second one this year.
Yeah, no, I think Albert's done a great job. You know, I'll be interested to see if he comes up with all league consideration. He's played a lot of football now. You know, he's played 7 games for us and played outstanding, made some huge plays for us. And, you know, the entire defensive backs have improved every year that we've been here. And, you know, they're starting to become ball hawks, starting to become better in their technique. When you become better in your technique at the defensive back position, it allows you to make some plays. And we've got a whole bunch of picks this year. I don't know how many we ended up with, but it was a good number.
Great, big number of picks at opportune times for your defense. Another player, another senior that stepped up this season, and thank goodness you guys got together, your coaches got together and said, we got to find a way to get Chantrell Garner on the field, and he rewarded that. Here's another player that should get all-conference consideration.
Yeah, no, you know, he was playing for us at safety and doing a nice job, but we knew with the offenses that we see that we needed a special player at that nickel position. It's kind of a hybrid safety, field back, or whatever you want to call it, and he's been spectacular. To see his growth and maturity over 4 years, the young man he's become has been awesome to see. He's become a dominant player at his position. I think there's no doubt in my mind he's a first-team All-League guy. We'll see what the coaches vote, but I think he's played outstanding this year.
And like I said, the younger guys look up to players like that. Here's a guy that in development and found a spot, found his way on the field. That should generate the want and will to get on the field for your other guys, the young guys that might not have found a way on the field this year.
Well, you know, it's been a little bit of a transition in our program. When we first started, you know, our young guys were all playing, you know, and now it's less and less. You know, we really only had 5 or 6 freshmen who played this year, so it's just a different mindset for those kids. And you know, we rely on our older guys to talk to them and say, hey, you're going to be a good football player here. We still got older guys here that are playing well. So it's been different, but it's good, and it's hopefully our older guys can let our young guys know, stick with this and work hard, and good things are going to happen for you.
Well, a couple of things to work on. Obviously, penalties today were not things you wanted to see, and some of them the aggressive types, the unsportsmanlike and the personal fouls. Nobody wants to see those, but that's just, I think, youthful enthusiasm. Should we label that, or what?
No, it's a lack of discipline. You know, we've got to get it fixed, and that's going to be obviously a huge priority for us in the offseason. It's been our Achilles heel all year. There's a fine line. You know, I think our guys play extremely hard, but you have to be able to control your body. You have to be able to control your emotions. You have to be able to control your response. You know, kids are smart when they're playing football. They're going to try to draw penalties, and if you lower your bar, you lower your standard to that opponent, they're going to get a penalty out of you. And, you know, and we have not gotten to that point yet. We've got to get it fixed if we want to take the next step and be a competitive team for a championship. We've talked about it all year. We will continue to talk about it all offseason.
Speaking of offseason, this has to help you out recruiting-wise, be able to go out and say, hey, we're 7-3, back-to-back 7-3 seasons, posting back-to-back winning records in arguably what is the toughest conference in the country, the CCIW.
Well, I think there's no doubt in my mind that it's the toughest conference in the country. We've got 4 teams in the top 10 in the North region. It's a huge challenge. You know, it's going to help recruiting. I think, you know, our biggest asset in recruiting is our kids, you know, and what they're doing and what they're experiencing right now. And I think we've got great belief with this group. You know, I think we'll have great work ethic in the offseason, and it's going to allow us to take that next step. But those are the guys who are going to sell your program. Coaches, we're all about the same. It's the kids in your program that are going to sell it, and hopefully we can get another great recruiting class. You know, we've got some freshmen that you guys don't know about, and you guys are going to know about these guys in the next couple years because, again, we've moved forward, not playing a lot of freshmen now, but we've got some young guys who've got a chance to be special.
Well, your day is just beginning now. You're on the regional committee, so you've got some work to do. What's your evening going to be about here tonight?
Well, at 4 o'clock, we had a little barbecue for the seniors, so we'll go say hi to their families and say bye to those guys. And then at 5 o'clock, we've got a regional call and figure out the top 10 in the region. My guess is most CCIW held in terms of scores of who won and who lost. It's usually the norm. So hopefully we'll finish with 4 teams in the top 10 in the region. And we need to get 2 teams in the playoffs, from the CCIW. Heck, I think we deserve 3 this year, but that just doesn't happen with the format. So I'll go be on that call and try to get some CCIW teams in the playoffs.
Well, yeah, North Central did win their ball game big over Elmhurst, and I get Johnny maybe post the scores up here real quick before you leave. Illinois Wesleyan was winning, and that is now a final 31-6. So everything kind of went to Hoyle there as far as the outcome of the games here today. Wheaton, no doubter, over Carroll here today. So that pretty much went the way it was. Wesleyan and North Central tying. North Central getting the automatic bid because of the victory over Illinois Wesleyan. But I'd say there's a very strong chance the Titans are going to be that second team from the conference. And you could easily make a case for Wheaton at 8-2, but I think they're going to get blocked out. There's just so many other good teams, and it's not a true region where, okay, we select only one from the east, one from the Great Lakes, one from the north, and one from the west. It doesn't happen that way. It's everybody gets to the table at the same time, and who blocks whom based on record.
Well, it's a situation where, with our playoffs, you have automatic qualifiers from other leagues, and they automatically make the playoffs. It's just the system we have. We only have 5 at-larges across the country. I wish we would expand the playoffs and go to 64 teams, but I'm just a football coach. But I think it'd be nice.
Well, we'll stump and get you on the NCAA board, and you and Bob and Barker and those guys, you can get in. That's got to be special, too, knowing Bob's retiring, and he's had the confidence in installing you here as head coach. That I'm sure makes him feel good here. He's got the football program, I think, in very good hands as he walks away from his 26 years here as athletic director at Carthage College.
Yeah, no, I think the world of Dr. Bond. He's obviously done an amazing job here. He's a great person. He's led this athletic department really to the stratosphere, and I appreciate him having faith to hire me, 5 years ago, and hopefully he feels like he made a good choice, and hopefully we can reward him down the line with a championship.
It depends on if you beat him at golf or beat him at cards. That really is how it depends if he likes you or not, I think. Yeah.
He's probably the most competitive person on this campus.
Just to share a story real quick, I talked to Chris Barker this morning, and I says, well, how did Doc Bond handle the volleyball tournament last night down in Bloomington? He says, he was gone quite a bit in all those 5-game matches. He says he just gets up and he walks out. He just gets so intense. It's so funny to watch that. And he said many a time, he says, John, nothing against you. I just don't listen because I get so intense in the ball game I can't pay attention.
Yeah, he's a competitor and he loves Carthage. Yeah, he loves it through and through, and that's the type of people you want to work for and work with.
Those are the type of kids we want to bring in, too. I know that's the recruitment that you're going to do. Mike, congratulations on a victory here today over North Park, 7-3 record, 5 wins in the conference, second straight year, a 7-3 record, winning record in the league, and all the best to you and the coaching staff here in the offseason, and we get to strap this up again next September. UW Oshkosh will be our next game.
Yeah, I heard they're pretty good. No, it's going to be a huge challenge, and we're excited to get rolling. Give guys time off and let them heal up, and but we're going to get after it this offseason and try to become a better football team.
Coach, congratulations, and go ahead and do that. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
You bet. Mike Yeager, head football coach for the Carthage Redmen here today. Victorious Redmen on senior day, 7-3 record now as they go out 35-12. Your final here today. And individually today for the Redmen, Bobby Suchecki, 10 of 22, 170 yards, 1 touchdown pass, 1 interception today, long pass of 60. In his receiving core, Manny Jones and Sean Wells, each with 3 receptions today. Jones 3 for 47, Wells 3 for 15. Tommy Bazarek 2 for 81 yards, a 60-yarder that set up a touchdown for the Redmen. Brett Patton with a couple of big catches, that 28-yard catch, and then the personal foul added on to it, set up that final touchdown for the Redmen offensively here today. Jamel Davis, 18 carries, a net of 58 yards, 3 touchdowns. He finishes the season with 9 touchdowns on the year. And a good way to head out. Finished with 10 touchdowns on the year for Jamel Davis. Second straight year he's had double-digit touchdowns in his resume here. Lafayette McGarry, 12 carries for 35 yards. Bobby Suchecki, 2 for 22 on the afternoon. Individually for North Park, it was a Grant Borsch, 18 of 37 for 165 yards, 1 touchdown. He was sacked 3 times, intercepted 4 times, including a pick 6 late by Albert Rogalski. But the Vikings negative net yardage rushing, 19 rushes for a negative 10, and primary culprit there were the 3 sacks that Grant Borsch sustained in the ball game today. Not much of a running attack after that. Dorzinski, 2 carries for a net of 9. Kupachati, 1 carry for 9. Malagoa, 2 carries for 4, and Matt Myers, 1 for 2. On the receiving end, Kupachati, 5 receptions in the second half. He had 1 catch for 1 yard. He had 5 catches in the second half for 70 yards, including the 21-yard touchdown that brought the Vikings back into this ball game. Josh Rito, a good-looking freshman, 4 catches today for 60 yards, including a long of 24. The Vikings punted 6 times today for their league-leading 61 punts this year for the Vikings, and averaged 26-8 with a long of 43. Nick Candry today, 3 punts for 29 yards. Bobby Suchecki, 1 for 29. And on the defensive end, Emmett Trost with 8 tackles today. Chantrell Garner with 5 tackles and a pick. Nick Gansky with 4 tackles and a sack. Pete Laughlin, 4 tackles, 2.5 tackles for a sack, or 2.5 tackles for a loss, and 2 sacks today, leading the way defensively. For North Park, Matt DeFecchio, 8 tackles today, and Sean Maiava in his final ball game with 6 tackles. He should be the Defensive Player of the Year in the CCIW. That would be my vote, and the Offensive Player of the Year would go to Austin Brunig. And your Coach of the Year, I hate to say it, but I think the Coach of the Year ought to be Norm Esch down at Illinois Wesleyan for what he has done in bringing the Titans to a 9-1 record, including victories over nationally ranked teams in the final in two ball games. Milliken getting votes in the top 25, and of course knocking off UW Whitewater when they were a preseason number 3. So Norm Esch probably will get Coach of the Year. We'll see. All that'll be decided this coming week. A reminder, we'll be back with you on Friday night for Carthage Redmond basketball right here on 1050 WLIP, as Lake Forest will take on Great Lakes Christian College at 6. That'll be followed by Redmond basketball at 8. Our broadcast on Friday night will start at 7:45 with our locker room show, and then it's Carthage and Rockford University, the Regents, the opponent for the first game out. That'll be at 8 o'clock Friday night. Then on Saturday, if the Redmen win that ball game, they will play at 4. If they lose that ball game, they would play at 2 o'clock. So we'll have to keep you posted there on that. Our first Lady Reds broadcast will be coming up next week, Tuesday. That'll be a week from this coming Tuesday, I should say, the Tuesday of Thanksgiving week, when the Lady Reds travel to Cedar Rapids, Iowa, to take on Coe College and the Coe Hawks. My thanks today to John Voinovich, Mike Love, and this entire Carthage crew here working the video stream, all of the Carthage students that are part of this broadcast. They have done a fantastic job all season long. Lane, Nina, Noah, Brandon, Nolan, and Xavier all have done a great job most of this season. Most of them have been with us all season long. I want to thank them and all the students who participate in our video stream. Thanks to Wayne filling in down at the studio, stepping in for Scott DeLabio today. Nice job engineering our broadcast. He didn't miss a kick all day. He did a great job. And to my spotter in the booth today, Gina Weiser, she did a great job in her first attempt here at being a spotter for Carthage football. She did an excellent job keeping this broadcaster on track here today. John Weiser saying, have a pleasant Saturday, everyone. Thank you for tuning into Carthage football. The Redmen a winner today, 35-12 over North Park. Until next Friday, have a great week, everyone. Go Lady Red volleyball tonight down in Bloomington, going for a regional championship over Calvin. You have been listening to Carthage football on Kenosha's radio station, AM 1050 WLIP Kenosha. Good afternoon, everyone.